Peace, peace, peace. You're now tuned in to Spooky Hours. And this is M.Reck. Let me put the number up. Pardon self. Let me get that number on in the title. But if not, salute to putting pops on the super chat. Appreciate you. Get it. Let me get my images up. Shouts to Ebony. I see you. The moderators, Dream Faith. You see who's in here, man. Let me get that let me put that number up. What is it? 310. Yeah, hear me loud and clear. Let me see. Let me bring my mic up. Can y'all hear me? Y'all hear me? Kind of spooky tonight too. Sunday night. A lot of y'all celebrating V-Day. You know, it's a lot of wild history behind that V-Day, but that's kind of spooky within itself. Hold on, let me get that number in the title. You dig me? Rock with me. Bear with me. Get the number in the title because people act like can't comprehend certain things. So let me put it in the title so nobody can't say, "Yo, M.Reck, what's the number?" It'll be right there in the title. They still say that. There we go. And I'm gonna say it too. Call me up 310-598-2974. Hold on, let me pull the lines up. Let me get that rocking. Shouts to super producer Steve on that intro. Appreciate that. Hold on, let me get the lines rocking. Pulling everything up. Bear with me. Just bear with me. I know I'm probably missed some calls. Just bear with me. We gonna get it rocking. Yeah, Pudding Pops, I highlighted that on the screen. I appreciate you. Shouts to Pudding Pops on the super chat. Call in and be respectful. Yeah, exactly. Shouts to Ebony. Y'all know the M.Reck room etiquette. Pound that like button. I'm clear as ever, fam. Salute. I like that. I like your energy, fam. Salute to PJ Allen. Okay, we got a caller already. Let's get it. Peace. You now tuned in to Spooky Hours. State your name, where you calling from. Keep it clean, keep it short. Let's get spooky. Peace.
Yo, 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 what's up, M.Reck?
What's going on? What's going on? You're trolling early, I see, huh? What's happening?
James, you smoking weed without me?
Yeah, I think it's crazy. Yo, peace. You now tuned in to MRecktv.
Hey, M.Reck. Yes, my name is Kim. This is a true story. I wanted to tell you a quick story about what happened to me about 6 years ago. I really enjoy your show, and me and my mom love to listen to your show. But anyhow, I'll make it quick. About 6 years ago, I work as a nurse, and I used to do home care.
Mm-hmm.
And they had sent me to a lady's house who lived by herself. And when I went, I was supposed to work second shift that day, and there was no other nurse there to relieve me. So I just went there, and I went inside the house, and the lady was alone, completely alone by herself, and she was able to walk, talk, do everyday things, but she had a few issues. So, to make a long story short, I heard her talking to herself in the back bedroom, but I looked back there and I didn't see anybody. And so I said, wow, this is a little bit odd. I said, well, maybe, she's just having a moment here, or maybe she's on the cell phone and, she's got an earbud piece or something and I can't see it. So as the evening progressed, I just left her alone in the bedroom and I went back in there to check in on her. And so it got towards dinner time and she wanted me to make her something to eat. So I started preparing her a meal. And so while I was preparing her a meal, all of a sudden I heard these bells ringing. And I looked around and I'm like, where are these bells ringing? And so she turned around and she looked at me and she said, "Oh, that's my daddy." I said, "Your daddy?" I said, "I didn't know you had a daddy." I said, "If he's here, he's got to be old," but I didn't realize that her daddy was dead. So she told me, she said, "Oh, he comes in and out." She said, "Don't let that bother you. You know, he comes in and out. You know, you may see him, so just don't let that bother you." So I was washing dishes and I heard the bells ringing, and I turned around and there were bells on the wall and they were just jingling by themselves. I mean, just really going at it. I was like, "Oh my God," I was so nervous. So I started praying at that point. And so, make a long story short, I didn't feel comfortable the whole evening. It just felt very off. And so she proceeded to tell me that her dad would come in and out of the back bedrooms and you would see him. He would look just like a person, like a solid person. And so she told me that he had actually assaulted one of the other nurses.
Wow.
And he actually punched one of the other nurses. And so I was like, "Oh gosh."
Wow.
And, you know, I've heard, you know, I've dealt with spirits and things, but I didn't know that they could get physical with people. So the other nurse came to relieve me that night and she pretended that, you know, that there was nothing going on. And so to make a long story short, fast forward about a year later, I started working and I never went back to that case, by the way, because it just really left me nervous. And so the next case that I went on, me and the other nurse started working together again. And so there was also a third nurse there by the name of Karen. And so me and Karen had gotten into conversation about what had happened on that particular case. And she actually divulged to me that she was actually the nurse that had gotten punched. Evidently, one day she was ready to give the patient a bath, and she said that he just appeared out of nowhere, like he was solid, and just punched her upside the head, and then he just disappeared. He was gone. So,
damn.
So
he knocked her brains loose and dipped. Crazy.
Yeah. She said she had a knot on her head for days.
From a spirit.
So I mean,
that's crazy.
From a spirit. Yeah. So anywho, I just wanted to tell you that story. You know, a lot of people don't believe that spirits can actually hurt you, but they can.
Damn, I appreciate it. That was a good story. I appreciate it.
Well,
What's your name again?
My name is Kim.
Kim. And where you calling from?
I'm calling from North Carolina.
North Carolina. It's spooky out there too. And I appreciate you calling, Kim.
All right, thank you. Y'all
All
have a good night.
You're welcome. Have a great night. Peace.
All right, you too. All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That was a good story. These ghosts out here putting hands on people. Crazy, right? Put a knot on homegirl head. Peace. You now tuned in to Spooky Hours with M.Reck. State your name, where you calling from. Keep it clean, keep it short. Let's get spooky.
Hey, I'm at Taco Bell. What do you want right now?
Yo, peace. Mute your audio.
Okay, I did.
Okay. The trolls is calling up, asking me what I want from Taco Bell's. I'm good. I appreciate it though. My bad. Peace. State your name, where you calling from. Keep it clean, keep it short.
Hey. I'm Vanessa. I'm from Phoenix. I've been trying to get through this line since y'all first started.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I got a quick story, real quick. So when this was when I was married dating my ex-husband back in the 90s. And he was married before me and him started dating. His wife had recently passed. She was a little older. So when we was kicking it.
Oh, hold on. You said he was married?
Yeah.
When y'all first started kicking
he was. No.
Okay.
His wife had just recently passed.
Oh, okay.
Like about 3 or 4 months before he met me.
Gotcha.
I didn't know the lady or nothing like that.
Gotcha. Okay, we gotta get that straight. It's all good.
Yeah, no, I don't do that.
Okay. Okay.
So naturally his house, they shared a house together, whatever. He was still in the house after she passed. So in their bedroom, you know how you got the blinds and then the valance across the top is that hard valance that you usually get with the blind.
Yes.
So she had all of these stuffed animals lined up across the whole balance, right? Mm-hmm. So she had a son, And he was a troublemaker type of dude. You know, he was always in trouble, jail. Somebody got to bail him, help him, whatever. So he had called my ex-husband one day. We was in the room sitting on the side of the bed, and we were sitting facing the window. And the guy was on the phone saying, you know, he was in some kind of trouble and he wanted to come back to the house and stay, you know, whatever. And so my ex was kind of, wasn't really feeling it, but he was kind of a pushover. So I kept saying, no, don't do that. Cause you know, I ain't trying to be in no drama. Ain't no trying to what he into or whatever. So he was like, well, I don't know, man. You know, I don't know if I want to do that. You know, my situation has changed. You know, so the guy kept trying to convince him to do it. All of a sudden, the balance on the blind, it was like somebody pushed it off and it landed on us. And when we looked up, all of the stuffed animals were still lined up across the top of the thing without the balance.
That's crazy.
And when that happened, he told him, no, man, you can't come. Because I think he told me after he hung up, I think she was trying to tell him, don't let him come in this house, you know, because he was just about to say, yeah, man, how long you need to stay or whatever. And all of a sudden that thing, and you know, it didn't just fall off because it would have hung down on one side or something. It was literally like somebody had took that balance and pushed it off the wall. And it landed on our laps, and we kind of jumped back a little bit. But the scary part was when I looked up, not one of those stuffed animals had even moved a budge. It didn't budge.
Wow.
They were all still right on the line, and there wasn't even no balance up there. It was just the bracket.
Spooky! Yeah, that was spooky right there. I had to hit the spooky right there for that.
It was kind of crazy. Then one other time, I'm going to tell you this and I'm going to let you go. I was in the house by myself. It was summertime. The doors was open or whatever. And in the hallway, he had this little table with, you know, all these pictures of his family and her and, you know, whatever. And so I was in the bathroom curling my hair, and I was the only one in the house. All of a sudden, one of the pictures that was on the little desk in the hallway went flying down the hallway.
Oh,
and I thought somebody was in the house. So I walked out the bathroom, you know, thinking somebody had dropped something, wasn't nobody in the house. The picture of him and her, I don't know if it failed or whatever, but it slid down the hallway. And needless to say, I left and went to my own apartment after that because I said, this lady don't want me in her house. You know, because he still had a lot of her pictures. And I guess, you know, he still hadn't gotten over or whatever. And we were just dating, you know. But I took that as a sign. I said, okay, she obviously don't want me here, you know, because a couple of other things that happened in that house. So that was just my little quick spooky story for y'all.
That was spooky. She was letting her presence being felt, her spirit being felt. You know, spooky.
I told him. I said, I'm leaving. I'm going back to my own apartment, you know, because something is going on in this house. So spirits are real.
I appreciate you calling. Thank you, Vanessa.
No problem. You have a good evening.
All right. Have a great night.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. Peace.
Hey.
Peace. You now tuned in to MRecktv. State your name. Where you calling from? Keep it clean. Let's get spooky.
M.Reck, there's a huge line at Taco Bell. Please just tell me what you want.
Nah, I'm good. I appreciate it though, man. I don't really do Taco Bell, man. They got that mystery meat.
I'll go to Wendy's. Please just say something.
Nah, I'm good though. I mean, y'all way out of town, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm all the way in NYC, you know, but I appreciate it though. You know what I mean?
I'll get you a Baja Blast. I'll be there in 10 minutes.
Nah, I'm good. All right, have a good night, man. You know what I mean? Let me block this number. And a fact. Blocked. Nigga, blocked. Block party. You're now welcome to the block party. It's weirdos. Peace. You now tuned in to MRecktv. State your name. Where you calling from? Keep it clean. Keep it short. Let's get spooky.
Hey, yo, what's up, M.Reck?
What's happening,
Peace,
fam?
God. Peace, God.
What's going on?
I'm calling in from Texas.
Salute, man. What's your name?
Yo, my name Jose.
Jose, no doubt. Texas is kind of spooky. So Jose, what's happening with you? You got a spooky story for us?
Yeah, so
okay.
like I stayed like right on the borderline that's like right almost before you cross into Mexico. Man, I don't know if you ever heard, but you know, you hear the stories about cartels leaving dead bodies with their heads chopped off.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That shit, yo. So one day, me and my homies, we was smoking and shit, and we were just
Yeah,
trying
be
to,
easy
you
on the
know,
cursing.
fuck.
Be easy on the cursing.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
my fault. My fault.
Nah, it's
Part of
all
my
good.
English, part of my body.
Yes.
We were just smoking and chilling and whatnot. All of us. It was at least 8 of us. We went down to the little borderline where the crossing where it says, you know, got all the government signs up talking about don't cross. You can see the border patrol and whatnot. And just this particular time, there wasn't no border patrol out there. So, you know, we all just chilling, you know, and they start daring each other to go over the line. I'm like, man, no, don't go over the line, bro. There's too much going on over here. You know, they said they found dead bodies over here last week. So he was like, bro, you talking about them heads that they was talking about in the newspaper? I was like, yeah, bro. I'm like, they just found this stuff over here. I don't even know why we over here. So right when I said that, like, man, I looked down halfway. I could just see like just more bags, like black bags. And we walked closer to the bags and stuff, and we like poked at it. Man, I don't even know if it was a dead body or not. We just got up out of there. We got up out of there real smooth, man. It was no joke. That it just blew our mind. Like we just sat there for like 2 minutes, and it felt like it lasted for an hour. We was like, we just couldn't believe it.
Wow, that's crazy. That's spooky. And what part of Texas was that again?
It was over there on the borderline. I want to say it's like closer to Juarez.
Damn, it's real spooky. I appreciate you calling, fam. Good story.
Yeah,
all
for
right.
sure. Peace,
Salute.
God.
Peace, God. Peace. You now tuned in to MRecktv. State your name, where you calling from. Keep it clean.
All right, I'm at Wendy's. What do you want?
Y'all niggas got so many names. Austin Thompson.
Yeah, Dave Matthews is next to me.
Okay. All right, nah, I'm good. I
night.
appreciate it, man. Just, you know what you do? Just get some extra fries and a shake, and we straight. You know what I mean? For yourself. I'm
All
good
right,
though.
I got you, bro.
Thanks. Peace. You now tuned in to MRecktv. Mute your audio. State your name. Where you calling from? Keep it clean. Keep it short. Let's get spooky.
What's up, man? My name is Marcus. I'm calling from Texas.
What's happening?
Nothing, chilling, man.
What's happening, Marcus?
Nice to talk. Nice to talk to you for the first time, my G.
Same here, my brother. Same here, my brother.
Yeah,
Salute.
man. One time I think I might have been like 12 or 13, and my grandma, we stayed behind the railroad tracks, maybe like 20 feet from it. And it was this old house across the tracks. It was like maybe 40 yards away. And in order to go somewhere, we had to go across the tracks and past this old house, right? So my great grandma, she stayed across those tracks too, maybe like half a mile down the road. So one night I was coming back from my great grandma's house, and so it was dark, and it was a couple of houses on the street. So as I began to walk and I got closer to this house, right, I got this real eerie feeling, and as soon as I got beside it, my body locked up, right, and I heard this voice say, "Don't look over there, don't look over there, don't look over there."
Now,
so
hold on. Let me stop you there.
Yes, sir.
Spooky. Now, where was the voice coming from?
This was like inside of my head, like you know what I'm saying.
Voices in your head now. Okay, got you.
Yeah, it ain't schizophrenic. You know, your body. God designed everybody with a fight or flight sense, and you know you get that. Some tell you don't go over there, don't go over there. It was one of them things.
You had a gut feeling.
And yeah. And so, what I do? So I looked at that old house, right? And when I looked in the door, it was this big, tall man, and he had on a straw hat and some overalls. And he, you know how you stand with your arms folded?
Mm-hmm.
And he was standing in the door. But when I looked at him, because this was like 10 seconds because I was scared, I froze. Like where his eyes was, it was black. And his ears were real pointed.
Wow.
And he had like some sharp teeth coming out of his mouth.
Damn.
Like fangs. And I couldn't run because
hold on,
I was froze.
You came in contact with a vampire?
Nah, I think it was a demon.
Okay.
And
even more spookier. Spooky! Keep going though.
And so I'm trying to pick my feet up, but I can't because I'm scared. And I used to wonder how people can't move until that happened to me. And so I'm scooting, but I'm watching him. And as I'm moving, his head is slowly turning, watching me. And all of a sudden, my foot hit the railroad tracks.
Damn.
And when my foot hit the railroad tracks, it broke my body loose. And I took off running.
Damn.
And I ran to my grandma's house. And I'm telling her, I'm crying. I tell my grandpa, I say, Papa, don't go to that old house. I say, man, there's some evil thing up there.
Now, let me ask you this real quick. About how old was you when this happened?
I was like either 12 or 13.
Okay. I was about to say, man, I thought you was like, 30 something running to your grandma's and crying and all that, man. Nah, it's all good. But yeah, continue on. And dudes in the chat room say you ran into Jeep Creepers. You know what I mean?
Hey, man. Hey, I don't know what it was. I know it wasn't natural, right? So
got you.
So, man, you know what I'm saying? I jump on the porch. I run to my grandma and grandpa. I tell Papa, they trying to figure out what's wrong. They think somebody done hurt me or something. You know what I'm saying? So I tell my grandpa, like, Papa, there's something at that old house. Please don't go up there. You know, because my grandpa mad. He thinks somebody done something to me. So my grandpa, he go up there. And the door is padded. It's locked. It's grass all in front of it. And my grandpa say, boy, ain't nobody up there. And I say, Papa, I'm not lying, I promise you, right? But here's the twist to it, though. I'm talking to my uncle one day. I'm grown now. I'm like 32. And my uncle like maybe 40, 45, 40 something. And I tell him what happened to me, right? And he looked at me and he paused for about 30 seconds. He said, you know what? When I was younger, he said, I was riding my bike and I went past his old house. And he said, when I looked over, he said, I seen two of them standing out there. They had on a straw hat and a pitchfork. And their eyes was black. And he said they had pointed ears. And he said, I was scared to ride back by there. He said they followed me with their eyes all the way till I passed on my bike.
Damn.
And he said I stayed gone for 2 hours, scared to ride back by. And he said, finally I got enough courage to ride back by. And he said when I zoomed back by, he said they was gone.
Spooky.
Yeah, man.
That's
and
crazy.
So to this day, I don't know, man. But I got a bunch of more.
Now definitely, man, that was spooky, man. So what's your name again, fam? Marcus. Definitely tap in on the next one. Or later on. All right?
Yeah.
All right, my brother. Peace.
All right.
Yeah, that was kind of spooky. I ain't gonna hold you. Shouts to Marcus. Peace. You now tuned in to Spooky Hours. Yeah. Peace. What's happening, fam?
Yo, so I got a little spooky story, but it's kind of positive.
Okay, it's all good. Talk to me.
All right, so I was young and shit. My name King. I'm from Connecticut.
All right, be easy on the cursing. Let's get it.
Peace. I curse?
Yeah.
My fault.
Yeah, it's all good.
All right, my fault. But yeah, so I was a youngin'. I was like in middle school. And I remember like the weather was breaking. So it's like spring, and I lived in like a townhouse, and we had a basement, but we shared the basement with couple other apartments. So I'm like excited to go get my bike because the weather breaking. So I go in the basement to grab my bike, and I'm just a kid, so I'm rushing. Now I'm carrying my little mountain bike up the stairs, and the stairs kind of steep. So as I'm running up the stairs with the bike, I lost my step. You know, and I'm carrying the bike in both hands. So I'm like, there's nothing I could do. The bike probably weighed as much as me at the time. So my heart just sunk. I'm like, damn, I knew it was bad. I'm like, yo, this is bad. So I'm falling backwards with the bike. Literally, I'm in the air. I'm already falling. But in my mind, I'm like, it's over. All I know is I felt like a wind. Like if everybody been outside before and felt that strong wind kind of push you.
Facts.
That's what it felt like. I'm already falling. I got the bike in both hands because I had to use both hands. I wasn't big enough or strong enough to carry this bike up the stairs. Man, listen, I went from falling backwards with the bike to being at the top of the stairs.
Wow, hold on.
Something pushed me. Yeah, spooky. Facts. Listen, when I got to the top, this is daytime. When I got to the top of the stairs, I threw the bike. I just threw my bike. I ain't turned the basement light off. I ain't closed the door, nothing. I just ran. I remember like a couple of days later, my mom was like, I guess she drove by and she saw my bike all crazy. She was like, why your bike over there? I said, Mom, I ain't going over there. So I went to the basement to get my bike and something crazy happened. I almost fell with the bike, but I didn't even know how to explain it to her, but that's a positive spooky story. You know what I'm saying?
The ghost saved you from
angels and demons out there. You feel me? There's angels and demons because you know I could have lost mine.
That spirit.
To go get my bike. I was falling. Like I could have been a tragic accident. They could have been looking for me, but found me dead in the basement and ruled it an accidental death. But I got saved. I was blessed. I was pushed to the top of the stairwell.
That spirit saved you
with my mountain bike.
That spirit saved you from being
and demons, you know. So shout out to M.Reck.
Salute, peace.
Salute.
I was trying to give him a gem. You know, that spirit saved him from a tragedy. You know what I'm saying? A bike tragedy, literally. You know, because he could have fell backwards down the steps and bike landed on his neck. He could have been all twisted up. So yeah, that was a positive story. Good story too. Salute to the homie. You know, the trolls keep calling too. Trolls just keep calling. So if I don't answer calls, just bear with me. I'm just trying to filter. I'm just trying to filter through the all the trolling. You know what I mean? Trolls. Let me see. Peace. You're now tuned in to MRecktv. State your name, where you calling from. Keep it clean. Keep it short. Let's get spooky.
Yo, peace.
Peace, my brother.
It's Naughty Head Beats, man. I talked to you once before on the
I remember
another one of your shows, but I got a little spooky story. I'm a producer actually.
Okay,
and
salute.
I make beats from time to time. It's gonna be on some energy and frequency type talk.
Okay,
but
do your thing, my brother.
This particular day, I was making a beat, and from time to time, I have my music playing in my studio, and I'm walking through the house doing different things, and just listening for that next sound I'm finna add. So I come back to my computer desk, and I have a seat, and I'm just vibing to the beat and grooving, trying to catch another download so I can add my next sound.
Got you.
And off in my peripheral, right on the top of my where I have my monitor at in my studio, I catch a glimpse of a black, like void, like a black, almost like a portal. And I'm actually focused in on it at this point, and I'm looking at it. It was probably as quick as like 3 to 4 seconds.
Spooky! Keep going.
After it's almost like when it realized I noticed it, it dropped out.
Mm.
But that was the first. It's a lot of, and with that situation right there, I think it had a lot to do with the frequencies I was playing in my music and listening to at that time.
Now,
this has a lot to do. Frequencies go deep now.
Yeah, definitely. I was gonna ask you. Now let's get to that. What kind of music was you I guess producing at that time, or what frequency you was on? What kind of frequency levels you was on producing that
Well, I
music?
was in a pretty decent vibe myself, but as far as like I make rap, hip hop, I do a little bit of experiment. I pretty much make whatever I'm vibing with or whatever comes to mind. It's not necessarily like I sit down and just focus on just making a particular type style track. I do like, hip hop, rap or whatever, but most of the time I'm just sitting down and I'm just going in, just, it's coming through me most of the time.
Got you.
So, but that was one situation that, I till today, I still can't really explain it, but based off my understanding with, frequencies, energy and stuff like that, I know it's a lot more behind that stuff than we really understand. And
definitely,
yo,
but I appreciate you calling. I'm gonna take the next caller. Thank you for calling, my brother.
All right, appreciate you.
All right, peace. You're now tuned in to MRecktv. This is Spooky Hour. State your name, where you calling from. Keep it clean, keep it short. Let's get spooky. Peace. You're now tuned in to Spooky Hours. Keep it clean, keep it short. Let's get it. Hello?
Hey, I kind of ate your fries. I'm at McDonald's. What do you want?
Nah, I'm good. I appreciate it, though. Peace. You're now tuned in to MRecktv. This is Spooky Hours. Hello? All right. The trolls they trolling. They working. Gotta salute the trolls. They stay working, though. Peace.
Gotta salute the trolls. They stay working though.
Mute your audio.
Peace.
Damn. Some people just call up just to call up. Peace. You're now tuned in to Spooky Hours. State your name, where you call it from. Keep it clean, keep it short. Let's get spooky.
Hey, what's up, Reck? This Jose out of Vegas.
Jose, what's happening? Salute to Vegas.
Salute, brother. I got a spooky one for you, man. I used to work in a clinic, right? And the clinic was like an older clinic, but it was like 3 levels. Like it had like 3 floors in it and a morgue in the basement.
Damn.
But it
already
was an old
spooky.
clinic, right?
Hold on. Spooky! You said a morgue in the basement. Let's get it. Let's get
But it was an old, listen, man, a true story, man, true story. I was security, right? And the clinic closed at like 5:30. And when I used to come in, my job was to come in, go to each floor and turn off every light on each floor. And it had like an old elevator style in it. You know, the elevators that was old school, like you had to shut the.
Oh, you talking about like the freight elevators? Talking about those joints?
Yeah, like those where you gotta shut the metal gate first.
Yeah, that's the freight.
Before the other gate, before the elevator
them
closed.
Them joints has always been spooky to me, them freight elevators.
Oh no, man, look, and it had the square window in it,
yeah,
right?
Facts. Facts.
So when you turn off all the lights on the floor, I used to have to pull the button to leave the elevator open. So when I turn off all the lights on the floor, the only light you see is coming out the elevator. So man, after I turn off every light, I used to have to run back to the elevator and jump in it and shut that steel door. And then the other doors closed, and I just used to look at that square window, man. It'd be pitch black. And I always thought, Lord, just don't let a face pop up in that window.
You put it in the universe, so you know.
Right. So hold on. Let me tell you the spooky part.
Got you.
I used to have to go to the basement where the old morgue was at.
Hold that thought. Hold on. Smash that like button. It's about to get real spooky. I can feel it, y'all. It's about to get spooky. Smash that like button. Let's get these likes up. Let's get it, my brother.
Let me tell you how spooky this was, man, to go downstairs to the morgue. And I used to have to open the door on one side of the morgue and go all the way through the morgue, turning off the lights to get to the other side and go up the steps and come out the other side of the door. But when you turn it off lights, you hearing stuff fall. I'm talking about shaking where you want to look close. Hey, man, I would get to the other side of that morgue in the basement.
It was spooky down there, huh?
Man, I'm talking beyond spooky. And then, hold on. I would go back up to my desk, right? Now, my desk is like on the first floor. Now, there's no lights on no floors but my desk where I'm sitting because I'm security and there's nobody else in the clinic but me sitting at that security guard desk. And that was back when that Halloween movie came out where Michael Myers was in the hospital. Right? Hey, man, I think I worked that job 3 days. Hold on. I'm going to tell you the part that made me quit the job. Because I didn't know nobody else had keys to come into the clinic after hours.
Man.
So I would be sitting at my desk, right? And I hear something like doors opening and closing down the hallway. Like, I know ain't nobody else in here but me. So I go stand in the hall, right? And look down the hall like, oh, no. So the next day, man, I went and told my boss, I said, man, it'd be somebody in that clinic after hours. And I don't know. I just hear doors closing and stuff like that. I don't know what it is.
Gotcha. Let me ask you this, because somebody just said it in the chat room. Because, no disrespect to you, because you was security. So you like a flashlight cop. You ain't had your flashlight on you?
Yeah, I mean, running through the morgue, man. I wasn't thinking about the flashlight.
You lost the flashlight running through the morgue.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about it. I was just out. When I hit the light, I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? From one side of the morgue in the basement to the other side, you got to go from one side to the other side, but hit the light.
I mean,
so it's pitch black.
My brother,
by the time
that flashlight was your best bet, though. You know what I mean? Before you got to the lights, at least you know what I mean? You got your little...
Man, it wasn't, you ain't have time, man. You wasn't thinking about a flash. When you hit the light switch, it's not about another light. It's about getting across. You got to break camp running. At least that's how I did the job. I wasn't trying to turn on no flashlight and look around and see if anything down there like in no movie. I'm talking about real life where you hit that button and you jet across. But anyway, my boss said, man, be other doctors coming in there after hours and they got keys to the clinic. So when you hear doors shutting and stuff like that, that's doctors coming in and out, but you don't know they coming in and out. But yeah, that used to be a spooky job. Man, I worked for like 3 days, bro.
And
yeah, man, that was my spooky story.
Yeah,
man.
that was dope. I ain't gonna front. That was a dope spooky story. How did you put your resignation in? Like, what did you tell him?
Man, I just told him, I'm just not built for this. You know what I'm saying?
Salute. Salute. Hey, hold on. That was real.
I just can't do this.
That was real. I gotta let off for that. Nah, hold on.
Yeah,
That's too
I'm
real.
Just telling you too.
That was too official. He said, "Yo, I just told him I wasn't built for this." That was official. I had to hit the shot for that.
You gotta
that was
be
official.
special, man. You gotta have a special. You gotta be special for that job, man. I was like, I'm just not that dude. You know what I'm saying? I just can't do it. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate you, family.
It's just a little job, man. Ain't nothing in there. I was like, I'm cool, man. I'm cool. I can't do it, bro.
Nah, I feel you. I feel you.
Salute.
Salute, my brother.
Hey,
What's your name again?
Keep that. Keep that up, Rack, man. We really appreciate the spooky hours on Sunday, man.
No doubt, my
Much
brother.
love.
I got you.
Peace
What's your
and
name
salute,
again?
bro.
What's your name again?
Jose out of Vegas, man.
Jose out of Vegas, my brother. Definitely
up?
tapping on the next one, man. This was a dope story, man. Salute.
Thank you, my brother. Stay
You're
up.
welcome. Peace. Stay up.
Salute.
Yeah, good energy. A dope story. Shouts to Jose from Vegas. That was dope. And he was funny. He said, I put in my resignation. It just said I wasn't built like that. That was the realest shit I heard all night. I ain't gonna hold you. That was official. That was dope. I had to let the desert off for that one. That was hard. Shouts to Jose. That was fire. Call me up 310-598-2974. Pound that like button. Definitely pound that like button after that. That was hard. He was top flight security and all that. He was like, F that flashlight. And I'm quitting the next day. Nigga quit right away. Man. Yeah, this joint be lit. I ain't gonna front. This joint be lit, man. Call me up. I missed some calls. I think I could call him back. Matter of fact, yeah. Let me call you back. I think I could call him back. I'm bugging. I'll be forgetting that. Peace.
Hello.
Peace.
Yeah, this is the M.Reck, right?
Yeah, you call M.Reck Spooky Hours. What's happening, fam?
Yeah, man. I was about to tell a story that I got in, back in '95. I'm hearing all these stories, and I got a scary story that happened to me, back in '95 when I was younger.
Okay, no doubt. I ain't gonna hold you. What's your name?
My name's Will.
Will, and where you calling from?
I'm calling from Arizona, but it happened in Columbus, Ohio, where I'm from.
Got you. Both of them real spooky. Columbus, Ohio, and Arizona spooky. Let's get into the story, my brother.
Yeah, man.
Let's get it.
Yeah, I think, it's happening in '95. I was around like 21, 22. We was out there, getting into stuff, and we was out here stealing, breaking in homes and all that. Yeah.
You was out there sneak thieving, huh?
Sneak thieving, man. Dumb nigga too. I was in my mom's car.
You called it.
Cats in the car with me.
Damn, in your mom's joint, son? How you do that in your mom's joint? You was foul. I ain't gonna hold you.
Man. I'm just trying to tell you the truth.
Nah. I'm rocking with you, but you still was foul for that. That's Mom Duke Whip, because
Man, I know it was foul. If my mom here now, man, she choke slam me. She knew I did something like that.
Oh, she don't know? Oh, damn.
Heck no. She don't know nothing about that.
Yo,
but
you wow.
But anyway,
go ahead, my
anyway.
G.
Anyway. Yeah, friend of mine come to me, he's like, yo, the such as these, I want to mention the name, but the dude was selling weed at the time. So
gotcha.
He was out of town, so we wanted, we was going to hit his crib up.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And the thing was, I was real good friends with this nigga.
Oh, damn.
And
that was your man?
Man.
And you was doing them dusty.
Shady, bro. It was shady, but let me tell you what happened.
No doubt. Keep going, fam.
Like 4 foot deep of snow, you know what I mean? And we coming through, because, in Columbus is a lot, well, I don't know if you know it, but there's a lot of alleys in Columbus.
Got you.
So we hit the crib, hopped over the fence and all that. We knew he was out of town. We went up through the back, and the house was mad dark. I was like, damn, I've been in here before. I ain't never seen it this dark. And this nigga had, he had he had like a fish tank, and he had like a big ass he had a big fish tank, and it had piranhas in it.
Damn.
Yeah.
But I already knew all that. That was the only thing I could see. But when I looked in the tank, there wasn't no fish in there.
Oh, what?
Like, what the hell? I was just in here 3 days ago.
Mm.
But anyway, we tripping over stuff, and you know, because this house is cluttered.
Mm.
And my other homie Andre, we knew where he keep it at because we used to buy dubs off of him back in the day, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So we went upstairs. So
your case to join out. Y'all was hitting a lick at your man crib. Your cased it. But God, keep going.
Yeah, we crept upstairs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we go upstairs and we go in the bedroom. We didn't go exactly into the bedroom. And plus, I was the third nigga going up because I was always scary ass nigga when I was younger. But I'd get
spooky.
into it.
Gotcha.
You know, you could get me to do it, but I'm always that last nigga watching. And you know what I'm saying? So we get to the top of the steps. It seemed like I seen there was a chick laying in the bed, a naked white girl laying in the bed with her back turned.
Say word.
Yes. And I knew this brother was married to a white girl at one time. And he said she died of cancer years ago. But I didn't think nothing of it. I just thought it was a chick in his crib. So
spooky.
We get up to her and we look, and she rose up, but the way she was looking was kind of like she was glowing. So when she turned around and we seen her glowing like that, we all looked at each other, and I swear we hit them steps like three. We took 3 steps and we was off of them steps. I mean, we got the heck out of there. We was spooky as heck.
Hold on, y'all ain't get the weed?
We ain't touch nothing. We got up out of there.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, we ain't even get to the weed, man. We got up out of there.
So the white chick that had cancer, she scared y'all out the crib.
She scared us out the crib, but check this out. I go back to
cancer chick
to the home. I called the homie up, and I was like, "What you into? You know, playing it off with him and all that." I was like, "What you getting into, man?" He said, "Nothing, man. Come through, you know." And I was kind of nervous about it.
He said, "Come through."
Yeah, he told me to come on through. But that was what he always used to say. You know, we used to smoke blunts and play the PlayStation.
So hold on,
PlayStation.
This is the same night that you try to. Oh, this is another night.
Couple nights after.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, couple nights after.
Got you.
And I start popping questions to him. I said,
"Oh, you went through there?
Huh?
You went through?"
No, I told him. I told him that we came through, and some white lady was at the crib. He was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, man, it was some white lady at the crib, dog." And she said you weren't there, and we did. Because he ain't say nothing about nobody breaking into. Yeah, he ain't say nobody breaking into his crib, none of that.
Yo, you a wild boy for even mentioning that. Yo, you a wild boy. Yeah, you kicked your man doors in. He called you to come through.
I didn't kick the man's door in.
Oh,
the guy we brought with us kicked the door in.
Yeah, but still in all that you was involved with somebody kicking the doors in.
I was involved. Yeah. I was involved in all of that.
And son called you to come through a few days later, and you came through, and then you told him it was a white chick.
I said, "Yeah, bro, we came through." I was like, yeah.
Yo,
he said, because it was like at least an hour after. I didn't immediately tell him that coming through the door. I played everything off with him, like it was just a regular day. He ain't say nothing or even express anything about anything getting broken into.
Got you.
So that's the only reason why I was like, "What the fuck, man?" So I was like, "Yeah, man, we came up through. I didn't know you was out of town, cause we came through to see what you was up." Some white lady at the door, and he's like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, man, some white lady was at your door." So I just left the rock to start you, you know how you do your thing, girl in the neighborhood, whatnot. And this lady, you know, she was in her 40s, and this brother was in his 40s at the time. We was young. We was like 21, 22 at the time.
Oh, okay.
You know, yeah. So he said, I had no clue what you talking about, nigga.
Oh, wow.
And yeah.
Did you describe the lady to him?
He had no clue about the door getting kicked in or anybody in his house, any of that, or any chicks in his bed. I ain't even elaborate about what happened, about what.
Of course not.
Being in the big.
Of course not. You couldn't really elaborate.
I just left all that alone when he looked at me crazy, like, what are you talking about? I said, yeah, man. Chick came to your door. She said you wasn't in there, so we just left it alone and did. I figured, you know, left it alone. So I told my homie about all that. Mm-hmm. He looked at me like I was crazy, like, nigga. You know, so that's the story, man.
Yo, that's a wild story.
So we just figured that either there was a ghost or the whole shit was strange.
Mm.
So, yeah. And he'd said that his ex-wife, his wife had died years ago. So I don't know if that's her or even me mentioning about that. So.
Got you. Yo, there's a few people in the chat room saying you capping, man. You know, is this official? This is an official story? Because a lot of dudes, they don't believe you.
Hey, that's what it is, man. It's an official story. I've been trying to tell you this story for a minute.
Okay, say no more. Now, when you just said that, I felt that. You said, I've been trying to tell you this for a minute. Salute. Now, I felt that. Because it's a good story, but it's people, you know, in the chat room, they got their own.
Yeah, but you got to understand this happened in 95.
Got you.
You know what I mean? So this was a minute ago, you know. So.
Yeah. Now, it's a good story, regardless of what. You know what I mean? That y'all niggas kicked your man's doors in. You know what I'm saying? Seen the white.
I've heard way more corny stories than what I'm telling. So I don't know what they talking about. Capping what? You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. What they talking about, man? Yeah. It's what it is. It is what it is.
Yo, son just gave it to y'all niggas, man. My niggas like, yo, I salute you. I salute you. That was hard. That was a hard comeback. Salute. That was official. Right. Yo, thanks for calling. Right, what's your name, homie?
Will.
Salute. Appreciate you, Will.
All right,
one. Yo, y'all got Will, man. It's a mother effort, too. Will had a crazy comeback. Yo, nigga Will had a crazy comeback on y'all. Said, I heard way more weak ass stories or whatever he said, but yo, shouts to Will. That was official. Yeah, I like Will. That was hard. That was hard. That was a good comeback. Will said, yo, that was hard. Nigga say he was going off the top of the head. Call me up. Pound that like button, man. 310-598-2974. You got a spooky story, or you got a story where you kicking your man cribs in, or whatever. Call me up, man. Because I know some of y'all did some wild shit. At least Will was honest with his. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of y'all did some, you know, yeah, it was shiesty, it was grimy, but I know a lot of y'all did some grimy. Nigga said Will is a retired thief. But yeah, man. Shouts to Malcolm. That's my guy too. Peace.
Yo, what up?
What's happening with you, fam? Salute.
I can't call it. I'm trying to see if you. I thought you was on live on Spooky Hours.
I'm live on Spooky Hours. You live right now. Pound that like button, y'all. You live, my brother. You live.
Oh.
Yeah,
man.
State your name. Where you calling from?
My name is Shane. I'm calling from Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Do me a favor, mute your audio
Yeah, just
from the show.
Just turned it off.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, sound better?
Yeah. Now, state your name again and
All right.
and let the people know where you calling from.
Yeah, my name is Sheen. I'm calling from Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Sheen, what's happening? Shouts to the whole Atlantic City.
Yeah.
Jersey.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. No, I just want to call up and tell my spooky story. You know what I mean?
Let's get it, my brother.
Me and my man, right? Me and my man and these two chicks. You know, we decided to go out and take a ride.
Okay.
And while we riding, right?
Let me ask you this though. How these two chicks look? They bad? Was on a scale of 1 to 10. On a scale of 1 to 10.
I wound up having. Well, my kid's mom, I'll give her 8. I'll keep it real. You know what I mean?
Oh, that ain't bad. See, 8, and you want to having kids with?
Yeah, I had two daughters. I had 2 daughters by this.
Okay. All right, continue on, my brother. I just had to get that out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You trying to get those visuals with them chicks. You know what I mean? But yeah, continue on.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, no, we riding, right? So like, let's go for a ride. So. We ride. My man is driving. I'm in the passenger side.
Mm-hmm.
My kid's mom and her friend, they in the back seat. So we riding down this road. Next thing you know, I see that I don't know. It looked like a beast or something. It just ran right in front of the car. Like it was like part beast and part man or something. It was crazy looking.
Hold on.
It ran.
Spooky. Yeah, continue on, my brother.
Right across. This thing ran right across in front of the car and just ran right into the woods. So, I'm keeping it to myself because I'm sitting there like, hey, I'm bugging, right? Mm-hmm. So we keep driving, and next thing you know, we see like a lady in the middle of the road glowing, like she had like a white gown or something on. My man hit the brakes.
Stop playing.
So. That told me he's seen the same thing I've seen. Yo, listen, he busted you. He said, yo, we out of here. He busted you.
You stupid.
Hey, yo.
My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep
M.Reck, man. Man, when we on the way back, bro, man, we seen holes in the ground. Like we was swerving back and forth. It was like
say word.
Like a hose. Man, I swear to God, it was just like holes was disappearing. Now he had to see the same thing I was seeing. Because he's swerving, he's driving.
Mm-hmm.
So when we make it back home. So we asked the girls, yo, listen, did y'all see that? Yeah, we seen that. And then I mentioned something about the half beast man that I seen running across in the street right in front of the car and just ran into the
woods. Yeah, my brother.
Man. And they was like, yeah, we seen that too. So I'm thinking I'm bugging. I don't smoke weed or nothing. So, they seen the same thing I seen. So I know I wasn't tripping. So I was like, man, that was crazy, man.
Now,
I got one more, man.
Describe this
time, man.
Yeah, but real quick. Now, this is a good story. Let's get into the detail. Describe this beast, like, man, was it like a werewolf? Like,
it looked like, you know what it reminded me of? It looked like this thing was like naked and had like was hairy and was running on his hind legs like a man.
Yeah, it was like a werewolf.
Yeah, and then ran right into the woods. So I'm like, yo, what the hell? So I'm thinking I'm bugging. So everybody in the car seen the same thing. So I knew I wasn't tripping. You know what I mean? So nobody smoked weed. The chicks, we just picked them up. You know what I'm saying? So listen, we all seen the same thing, man. And then when we seen the holes in the ground on the way back, cause he's swerving back and forth, like holes are just appearing, like we was gonna fall inside the hole.
Wow.
Yo, listen.
Spooky.
Scared to death. We made it back, man. It was like, oh my God. Did y'all see that thing that ran in front of the car? Yeah, we seen that. Well, we thought we was bugging. I'm like, I thought I was bugging too.
Wow. Now, how big was it? How?
Yo, this thing was like on some reals, like muscular, like it put me in mind like Bigfoot or something like that.
Yeah, somebody said that. Somebody said you seen a Sasquatch.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, it was crazy.
That's crazy.
But
that's spooky right there, man. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man.
So
no doubt, man.
So call back. You said you got another one, right? Call back in like 30 minutes or so. Let me get some more callers up.
Okay, no doubt.
All right. What's your name, fam?
All right, peace to you and Amina too, man. I've
Yeah,
been
peace to the earth, Amina.
man. Yeah, y'all keep up the good work, man. I love what y'all doing, man. I'm tuning in every time, man. You know.
Salute. I appreciate that. What's your name, though?
Sheen.
That's right. From Atlantic City, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, real quick, did that happen in Atlantic City?
Nah, this happened right outside Atlantic City, in a place called like Egg Harbor Township.
Oh wow, that sounds spooky.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
All right. I appreciate you, Shane. All right.
All right.
Peace.
All right, bro. All right.
That was a good story though. Nigga saw like a either a werewolf or Sasquatch or just something spooky. You heard me? Spooky! We out here. Shouts to Sheen. That was hard. Call me up 310-598-2974. I missed a few calls too. I don't know if homie got through. Let me see. 207. Let me see. Let me call him up.
Hello.
Peace.
Hello.
Yeah, hello? Peace.
This is Stepmommy.
Who this?
This is Stepmommy, M.Reck. You miss your mom. You don't never call me, never write, you never visit.
I had to bang on him, but I had to hit him with the spooky laugh. He was shook, right? What he said his name was Sket Mommy. And then with a name like that was extra spooky. Sket Mommy? Nah, I'm good on you, fam. Peace. You now tuned in to MRecktv. State your name, where you calling from. Keep it clean. Let's get spooky.
Peace, King. I true media. Father, true media. I mean this. Wagwan.
Peace, King. Peace, please. Peace.
All right, here we are.
What happened, Dred? Let's get it.
All right, I have a spooky story. I'm gonna tell you the last time I've been to church.
Okay.
Right,
Let's get it, brethren.
I used to have I used to have an African brethren.
Mm-hmm.
He started like, cause I'm from the street, so he started saying to me, "Yo, I want." He's in the church, so he started saying to me, "I want you to start coming to church with me." So I'm like, "All right, cool."
Mm-hmm.
I started going to church with him, even started buying clothes and shit too. I'm thinking, you know what I mean? So, cause I'm a visitor at the church, I'm not a member. I used to sit at the back.
Gotcha.
One day, like this particular last time, I was about probably like 4 weeks in. The lady, the minister, called up my friend to the front of the church, which is that guy, and I said to him, that she see that he's moving stronger in his faith, so she want to help him out, meaning like she want to pray alongside him or pray with him and help him out. So I'm not sure whatever it is, but to cross over. You know what I mean? But
got you.
That's what she said. So they started praying. They started praying, and he's standing in front of her. She has on a mic, and he doesn't. And her mic is attached to the sound system around the church. And you can hear her praying and the two of them praying, and you know how you hear his voice a little muffled, or you hear her praying.
Gotcha.
And brother, I tell you, over everything, over all of the music playing and over the loudspeaker, all I heard was like, you know how a legion sound, like gargoyle sound or something like that.
Yeah.
Over all of their talking and praying and music playing.
Wow.
Like all I heard was so they were
spooky.
hit the button. Yeah, hit the button for them. Exactly. So, look, visitor over there. A guy sitting on the next side with a guy with his two daughters. So I looked over there to see if I heard what I heard, and by the time I looked at him, he was already up, putting on his daughter's coat.
He was out of there. He was done.
Yeah. Yeah, so that kind of confirmed it. I'm just saying, bum buck. I mean, well, that could be clean, but I'm just saying, damn, man. And
nah, hit him with the bumble clot. Like, hit him with that. Nah, you could do that. Go ahead. Hit him with the bumble clot.
Me say bum buck like, man. Yeah, I get the shit.
Yo, brethren, what's your name, man? You got to call back, man.
I mean, name Father True, man. True me.
Father True?
Yeah, man. Big up Amina, man. Billy, she know me, man. Big up the queen every time. Man.
Shouts to the Earth Amina. Yeah,
man.
Father True, man. I appreciate you calling in, man. Nah, you can curse in Jamaican, man. It's all good, man. You dig? Cause you sound like where you from? You from Jamaica or you from another part of the islands?
No, I'm from Jamaica, man, but we grew up in New York.
Official
so,
brethren. Salute. What part of New York? Tell me Flatbush.
No, man, Bronx, man.
Bronx, okay.
Bronx.
Okay, you're a Bronx brethren.
Yeah, man.
All right. My brother, Father True, man.
So,
have a good one, man. Good story, man.
I say I word, King. Bless up.
All right, bless, King. Shouts to Father True, man. One of the first Jamaicans that called up the show. Salute. Kept it official, too. That was a good story, too. Oh, man. I rock with y'all. Salute to the Rec Mob. Y'all know the M.Reck room etiquette. Pound that like button. Let me call back some of the calls. I missed some calls. Let me call this number back. I'll be forgetting that I got the call back option. Let me call this number back.
Big dog.
Peace. Big dog. What's happening? Mute your audio.
So how am I sounding? Should I mute something or because I'm on the headset?
Yeah, but your joint's still ringing. Why is it still ringing?
I have no idea.
Yo, mute your audio. That's what it is. Mute your audio. Mute your audio. Call me back, big dog. Call me up, 310-598-2974. Peace. Hold on, matter of fact. Peace. This is MRecktv, and you now tuned in to Spooky Hours.
So Rick, is me again from Texas.
What's happening, family? Salute.
What's up? Yeah, man. I got another story I want to tell y'all.
Okay, let's get it. It's quick.
Yeah, it's quick.
Okay.
All right. So when I got about 20-something, my grandpa used to be a preacher and stuff. So, and we used to always go to church when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got older, they kept praying and praying for me to get saved, right? So finally, I get saved, right? Give my life to Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
So throughout the years, I'm going to Bible study, I'm going to church, I'm learning about the word, you know what I'm saying? So I let go of the world, right?
Mm.
And so by this time, the good Lord is revealing to me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like we stay with a world within a world. It's like the Matrix. You take this blue pill, you can still see the fake stuff. You take this red pill, you can see what's really going on, right?
Got you.
So, you know what I'm saying? So a couple of years down the road, I just go on an all-out rebellion to myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
I quit praying, I quit studying, I quit reading. You know what I'm saying? You know, I backslide.
Mm.
I started wanting to party and stuff again. So one day I go back to church, preaching hard. Everybody shouting, you know what I'm saying? But I don't feel his presence, right? I don't feel God's presence. So I'm like, man, maybe I'm just having a bad day. So I'm trying to read. When I try to read, I don't feel anything. It's like a void or emptiness inside of me, right? So I'm watching TV at night by myself, you know. My son is asleep. My girl, she in there asleep. And you know how you be watching TV and you see those little shadow people?
Yes, sir.
I don't know if any. Yeah, see those are imps. They're called imps. They come from Satan. So I look, I see one of them run across the highway. You know what I'm saying? I don't pay no attention to it.
Nah, I never saw them shadow people run. You know, sometimes when you see like shadows in a hallway or something like that, I ain't never seen a shadow run. That's spooky. Hold on. Spooky! All right, continue on though.
So you know what I'm saying? So push come to shove, they don't like light. Anywhere it's a dark place, they'll show up in your house.
No, but go back to when you said you saw one of those shadow people run, or the imps, right? That's what you call them, the imps?
Yeah. They imps.
Go back. So you was watching TV.
I'm watching TV, right? And so I look at the corner of my eye. You know how you see something in the corner of your eye? Like it's like peeping around the corner. So as soon as I turn my head, it jet off and go in the wall. So I don't pay no attention, right? You know what I'm saying? And so one night I'm laying in the bed and I hear these little footsteps. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking it's my son, but it didn't dawn on him. My son can't walk yet.
Oh, damn.
And so I feel something at the bottom of the bed, and it's tapping me on the bottom of my foot. Boom, 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 boom. And so I'm scared to look. You know what I'm saying? And then I hear run back down the hallway.
Spooky! Keep going.
I look, and it run in the kitchen, right? So you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to talk to God about it, right? Boom, boom, boom. My girl get up, she take my son to daycare. I'm at the house by myself. I'm so scared I done stayed up all night because every time I try to go to sleep, these imps come.
The imps.
And so I get sleepy. It's about noon in the day. In my room, I keep it dark because the way the windows were, the sun would come in.
Got you.
And so I finally get sleepy, bro. And I went to go to sleep. And time I doze off, one of them sun guns hit me in the face. Wow. Bro, I'm not lying, bro. And
I'm laughing because, yo, continue on, fam.
Say what, kid, folks?
No, I said continue on. The imp rocked you. Yeah, continue on.
Rock me hard. I jump up.
Damn.
I don't see nothing, but I hear them laughing, right? And like they don't speak English. It's like some old ancient language.
So hold on.
I don't know what they say.
Hold on. The imp, it hit you and started laughing?
Yeah, it was more than one. It was like a whole legion of them, bro.
Damn.
And
spooky.
Bro, I know this sounds crazy, dude, but I'm dead serious.
No, I got you. Yeah, continue on.
So I'm steady trying to talk to God about it, man. He ain't trying to hear me because I done rebelled. And so they keep messing with me every day. My girl told me, man, you look like you tired. You been at home all day. You went to sleep. I don't want to tell her I'm fighting these things. I can't fight them because they come from another realm. We stay on earth, which is the first heaven. Space is the second heaven. And third heaven is where God resides. All right. Now, between earth and space, that's why I say we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and spiritual wickedness in high places. So they come from another dimension, and I didn't let my guard down and open myself up for these demonic attacks. You know what I'm saying? I got myself unclean from the inside, and God won't dwell in an unclean temple. So you know what I'm saying? So I'm out here trying to fight these things naked.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? With no spiritual armor or nothing. But it's my fault because I knew the way and I rebelled. And so finally, right? I know I done went all that. I have a dream, right? I wasn't allowed to see the devil's face, but I was at this big long table. It was maybe 40 feet long, and the devil was sitting next to me, right? And like square business, like when you in your spiritual state, your senses is like 10 times stronger because you're in another realm. And so nobody has to tell you the length, the width, or the height of anything because you're in another realm. Everything automatically connects. So I knew it was the devil. And this sun gun is huge. You know what I'm saying? He was in a man form, but he's huge. Like his back is like 5 feet across.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And these demons are flying around the table.
Spooky! Continue on.
Not square business. It was weird. They flying around the table, and the devil, he ain't saying nothing, but he's sitting there. I seen him from the neck down. I guess I couldn't handle it from the neck up if I would have seen him.
Well,
So,
let me ask you this. Now, is this you dreaming or this is in your house? Like where you at now?
I'm in my house, but I'm dreaming.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Got you.
And sometimes in the other side to get to the other realm, you have to die. So basically when you're asleep, you're dead because no brain activity is going on. That's when people start having visions and dreams of things, is because they go into another realm. You know what I'm saying? It's like when people do drugs. Drugs in the Greek mean witchcraft. You know what I'm saying? That's why the CIA would use LSD and get these people on these trips, and they would see in other dimensions.
Oh, hold on. You CIA? It's all good, but you CIA?
No. This is just info I done learned from the years.
Okay.
And now I understand what they was doing. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. Because the way you do that in there, like you just try to sneak it in there, like, yo, I'm gonna just drop this in there and keep it moving. But yeah, continue on.
Nah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? So he don't say nothing, and I wake up and I'm still trying to talk to God about it. He ain't trying to hear me. So this what really tripped out. So one night I had a dream. I'm standing in the sky, and I'm on this little bitty ledge, and I'm above the sun, I'm above the moon, and I see I'm above the blue in the sky. I'm like in space, and all of a sudden this whirlpool happened in the sky, and it sucked the moon down, sucked the sun down, and it turned into fire. It was like a big old whirlpool beneath me, but it was fire. So, and I looked down, and I seen all these people. They was falling in this hole, but it turned out they was going to hell. And so when I looked over, that fire was so hot, it burnt me all the way up there on my eyebrows. Dang. And so I started crying because I thought I was finna die and go to hell. And so, man, I kept on trying to talk to him. And finally, he talked to me. And he say, you got back out there. He said, but when I want you in your time, I'm going to get you, and there's nothing you can do about it. You know what I'm saying? Because he holds the whole world in his hand. And so, you know what I'm saying? So the best thing is better not to even know him than to know him and get back out there. That's what he was saying in so many words.
Got you.
Because it's trouble. And like the dude they called in earlier when he was talking about he seen the wild beast, those are called satires. The half goat and half man, they in the Bible. Isaiah chapter 13, 21. They lay deep in the woods. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
The celebrities worship him. That's the one they call Goat Lucy.
Wow.
Okay. And then when you look at the children's channel on Disney Channel, the half goat man cartoon, he's called Pan. In Greek mythology, he's a sexual goddess. That's why you see those children running with him. That's why they worship him in Hollywood, because he's a perverted animal. That's the beast that they worship, the Baphomet. And so now that we living in these days, all this stuff is being manifested because people are rebelling. Nobody wants to follow God. Nobody wants to do right. So when you reject light, all left to accept is evil. So now you have a dark manifestation of these things revealing themselves now, because the power of God is slowly being lifted off the earth. And so when he's getting lifted, that's when all the power of darkness is starting to come. Like you and Amia are always talking about what goes on Hollywood. These are the things that they worship. They know this is true. You know what I'm saying? That's why they call it Go Lucy. But his name is Pan and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so now that people starting to reject truth and to reject the light, so all you have now is when you reject truth, all you have to accept is a lie.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Don't think nobody ain't out there listening to y'all, Rick. People respect y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Y'all put a lot of truth. Y'all put a lot of truth out there.
Salute, my
but
brother.
People are dead on the inside, they can't receive it because spiritual things are foolish to them. They ain't got no connection.
No doubt.
So they can't see on the other side because they ain't practicing righteousness.
Got you.
Until you let go and let go of the world, then you will see what's being hidden. Like all these things are being revealed about the children. They've been doing this for years. It's just now coming to light for everybody else to see.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
But I appreciate you calling, my brother.
Yeah.
I gotta get these other callers.
Oh, my bad.
Nah, it's all good.
All right, cool.
All right.
Bro.
Peace, my brother. Peace. Peace. You now tuned in to MRecktv. State your name, where you call it from. Keep it clean, keep it short. Let's get spooky.
This is Mr. Williams. Commonly, my govy is Lamont Williams, but I
Mute
go
your
by
audio,
Mr. Williams.
Mr. Williams.
Okay. Mute my audio.
Yeah, from the show.
You got me now, Doc?
Yeah, you clean now because I was hearing the whole show.
Okay.
Oh, I can still hear it.
Cool.
I can still hear it. Just turn.
Well,
Just mute it all the way.
Then.
Bring it all the way down.
I did that. How about now?
I think you good now.
You got me now?
Yeah, you good. Let's get it.
Okay, so we're coming live and direct from Planet Westside. And this is Mr. Williams. And my govy is Lamont Williams. But I wanted to tell y'all a story about when I bought a building on the west side of Chicago. Now, if you want to get grimy with it, I'll give you the address. It was 4125 West Harrison in Chicago, Illinois. So I purchased the property. Well, actually, before I purchased the property, the realtor took me to the building, and it was really nice. It was across the street from the expressway, and then when you look across the street, it was only one block. So it was like a corner building. It was a 2-unit building, and I planned to live in it by myself. So she took me into the landing in the basement, and I looked to the side, and there was where the sewer hole should be, it was a hole in the floor. So I thought that was a little strange, a little spooky. But, you know, I like the building. I like where it was at. And, you know, in real estate, location is everything. So I said, you know, let's see more. So now, mind you, I said we are in the basement of the garden department, what they refer to it in the city. So when I walked in, I looked to the left on the wall, and it was plates on the wall with chains coming down. And I was like, okay, that's kind of spooky. But
spooky!
I like the place. I said, but I like the place, you know, and I could really see myself building a foundation here. So let's see more. So I walked into the washroom downstairs, and I looked around, And I looked in the tub, and it was like these big blowflies, not like regular house flies, but like big flies. I said, okay, that's spooky. So I looked on the toilet, and there was a Bible and a fly swatter and a hole in the wall. And I said, that's real spooky, but I like the place. I'm gonna see what I can do. So when I walked out into the front area of the garden apartment, you could feel the energy. It felt like 50 people were in that room with me. I said, okay, that's rather spooky.
Yo, fam, I can still hear the show in the backdrop.
Okay, let me move again. I'm moving
no,
again.
Just mute it. Just turn it all the way off if you can.
So let me go to my computer and turn it on.
Yeah, just turn your computer audio off. No, you good. Turn your computer off.
I apologize. I said, okay, that's. How about now?
You good now? There you go. Straight.
Oh, okay, I apologize.
Nah, it's good. Go back now to where you was at.
Okay, so when I walked out into that portion of the, I guess you would call it the foyer, in the basement. Like I said, I felt like the vibration. It was like 40 or 50 people downstairs, and I'm like, wow, man, can you feel that? I didn't say that to nobody, but I'm just feeling that in my spirit. Like, wow, can you feel all these people down here? I said, okay, that's rather spooky, but I still like the place, and location is everything. It's key.
So when you said it felt like 50 people in there, explain that.
Spirits. Spirits. It felt like, you know, on the Verizon commercial where my man was standing around and there's like 50 people around him. That's what it felt like in the basement.
Wow.
Okay, so I'm still touring it. I go upstairs on the first floor. It's really nice. I look around. It's gonna have to have some rehab. I understand that. That's cool. So I go upstairs and I'm like, wow, this is really beautiful. If I look outside, I can see the expressway. I can see all the way downtown. Man, I gotta have this place. So I bought it.
Got you.
Okay, so now I move in. I'm on the bill back then. I'm in survival, so I just bought my third piece of property. So I'm like, okay, we about to get it. Let's get it. So I move in the little things that I have, and mind you, I'm by myself. So I go upstairs to the second floor. There's a little tiny room off to the side. So I hunker down in there because let's face it, on this side of town, they still doing crack. They still wilding. We talking about the west side of Chicago, like the real west side of Chicago. But I'm built for it. So I'm let's do this. So I got a little pole with pellets, and I got a bigger pole with no pellets. Put it to you like that.
Got you. Say no more.
So I stay up in the room, and now I'm looking at Red Man and some other stuff, and I'm just chilling.
Shouts to Red Man. That's my guy.
Big time.
Yeah, salute.
And I got the flowers going up in the air. I got a little something to sip on, and I'm watching a movie.
Got that good smoke. Yeah.
And I start to hear what sounds like people are walking around downstairs. It sounds like people are walking up and down the stairs. And ultimately, it sounds like somebody slammed the door downstairs.
Spooky!
Easy. So I go get the little pole and the big pole, and I go from rooter to tutor. And this happened
so hold on.
3 or 4 times.
You said one of your poles, you ain't had no pellets. So you got the small joint. You said that had the pellets, and you said the big joint ain't had none. So you got one that's loaded and one that's.
That was just for security, man. You know what I mean?
Okay,
yeah.
Better. Got you. I got you. The small joint you can let off. The big thing is just to scare them off. I got you.
Right.
I got you.
Or hit them if I have to.
Oh yeah, you gonna pistol whip them with it. Got you. Say less. Continue on, my brother.
I go from rooter to tutor, big dog. There's no one in this place but me. No one's there but me.
So when you say rooter to tutor, I don't know that slang. What? Now explain that. What's that?
I go from
0 to 60
to downstairs to to all the way in the basement to all the way back in the backyard with them things out looking around.
Got you.
There's no one here but me.
You went beef stew in that crib. Got you.
So now we always talk about vibrations and our frequency and our energy.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you're talking to an alien right now. All I can tell you is this. My ancestor said, our child doesn't know where he is right now. We got to get him out of there. And shortly thereafter, I lost that building.
You lost the building?
I lost it, B.
How you lose it?
I lost it. Shady deals. We could talk. Now that'll be a bill for you and Amina.
Oh yeah, let's
shout out to the queen.
Yeah, peace to the earth.
Shout out to the earth.
Yeah.
But shady dealings, reverse redlining, you name it. You know, we in shady places, so they do shady things.
Got you. It wasn't meant. It wasn't meant. It wasn't meant.
Say that one more time.
It wasn't meant to be.
Right, because you know what? If you fight it, you're gonna have problems.
Got you.
So look, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna let you go. My man said about the imps running around.
Yeah.
Oh, they real. They real.
Talk about them imps.
Now, B, I just bought my house in June, and I think they was on the spooky up in here because they had some Obama pictures in this boy.
Hold on.
And I immediately
say that again. What you just said?
I said when I moved in here, they had a few Obama, Barry Santos pictures in here. That's spooky.
Barry. Yeah,
and
I
I
some
threw
Barry
them away.
joints. You threw the Barry pictures away? Oh, you foul.
Man, Barry, you don't get no play up in here, B. So
yeah, hold on.
So look, this happened to me about 3 weeks ago, and I know other people got spooky to talk about, so I won't hog it. But I was laid in the bed, and it's like 1 degree here right now, and it was like 30 degrees then. Do you know I was laying in the bed, man, and it felt like something tickled me on my feet. I thought it was a mouse. So I jumped up and tore the room up, man, smashed the room, crushed it, B, trying to get to the light. But I'm thinking, if it was a mouse, where the hell did it go? So, I got to tell you this one. Back to the building.
Well, I got another caller, fam.
Next time, bro.
All
next
right,
time.
no doubt. What's your name?
Lamont Williams.
Lamont Williams. I got you. Mr. Williams.
West side.
Chi-Town. Salute. Salute to my brother D Shy and Tone Styles. Chicago all day. West side. Peace. Peace.
Hey,
You now
peace,
tuned in to MRecktv. State your name, where you call it from. Keep it clean. Keep it short. Let's get spooky.
Yeah, this big homie from DC.
Mute your audio, my brother. Mute your audio.
Sure. Oh, yes, sir. I got you. Yes, sir. Man, listen, I don't know how spooky this is gonna be, but I got a UFO and it's real.
All right. Just if you can, make it short. You know what I'm saying? But make it entertaining,
yes,
but
sir.
short. You dig?
Yes, sir. I just ran into your channel. I just want to tell you I love you, bro. I love your show.
Thank
but
you,
anyway,
my brother.
Look,
hold on one second.
Hold
on one second. Let me tell the people real quick. Smash that like button, pound that like button, and let them know your name again and where you calling from.
Oh, I'm Big Op from DC.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Shouts to DC.
Look.
DC hella spooky. Let's get it.
Hey, look. So look, man, I've been seeing UFOs since I'm like 7 years old. So anyway, I'm gonna give you the latest one.
Okay.
We moved back uptown from where I'm from, uptown by Georgia Avenue, right? So, man, I got this alley right here, and they've been set like every time it's like something going on downtown at the White House or something. You can see them, and I can tell it's not a drone or a helicopter because they be up there too, and it be set apart. Now, listen, I got the proof because I got a picture that I can send you. So this is what happened. The picture that I have, one of the pictures that I have on my phone, I just seen a video of it on YouTube. Same thing. The same thing was in the sky over in South Korea. So I'm like, I mean, it's not really spooking me out, but it might spook everybody else out when everybody else get a chance to see it.
Got you.
Pretty much that's it.
That's it?
Yeah, I mean, you said make it quick. I'm like,
Oh
that
man,
was,
I mean, you ain't give us no detail, like, you know what I'm saying? But it's all good. What's your name? You can call up on the next show and maybe.
Okay, yes, sir. Big Art, big homie, yeah, from DC. Big Art. Yes, sir. Aki. Yes, sir, big bro. Peace to you, peace to your love, peace to your family.
Got you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Peace.
Yes, sir. Thank you. All right.
Yeah. I was lost on that one, but shouts to the homie. Peace. You now tune in to MRecktv. State your name, where you call it from. Keep it clean, keep it short. Let's get spooky.
I'm gonna keep it real with you, M.Reck, man. I'm from Marion, Indiana, man. I go by I Will Tell Something. And I got an important motherfucking freestyle to motherfucking get out there to my
you
people.
cursing, man. Damn, son. Come on, man. Yo.
My bad, man.
So you calling up freestyling on the spooky hour, son?
This is a real spooky,
and you cursing?
Real life. This is a real life, real spooky 100 freestyle. I gotta get out to my people.
Hold on, you
man.
guys send a cash app in, man. Come on, son. Like
I will. I promise. I promise. But let me get this out.
All right,
Tell me why are we so blind?
Come on, man. Come on. Come on, man. Come on, man. You know I had to bang on him. You know I had to bang on him. You heard? Come on, my nigga. Like, spooky hours. You don't mess up the spooky hours, man. We vibing over here. We Sunday night. You know what I'm saying? I know, you know, is you know, a lot of people celebrate it, whatever, V-Day for a lot of y'all. You know, people feeling right. A lot of people got topped off. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you messing up the vibe, fam. Don't do that. Peace. You now tune in to MRecktv. State your name, where you call it from. Keep it clean, keep it short. Let's get spooky.
Blessings, M.Reck. This is Malcolm. Call from Dallas, Texas.
Oh, salute. It's my brother right here, Malcolm. What's happening? Peace and blessings, my brother. Y'all gotta fall back. Let the brother Malcolm, you know, my brother tells stories to be epic. So give my brother at least 5 minutes. Give him his respect. Malcolm, how you, my brother?
Man, pretty good. How you been?
I'm good, my brother. You know,
good. That's good.
How you feeling, man?
Oh man, you know, Texas had a snowstorm, ice storm, so it's kind of spooky right now. You slide on ice, no salt.
Facts, my brother.
That's spooky.
Facts. Talk to me, man.
Check this out. So, I met this lady years and years ago. I was working at this place. What they did was infrastructure, meaning that if New York bridge or something went down, you would get all these contractors that would come in through New York and say, well, we'll build that bridge for this much money. We'll build that bridge for that much money. So most of the time, the bids go on, people just the companies go for the cheapest cost. So that's the type of company I was working for. But there was this particular lady there. Every time I would run into her, which was every morning, she would always hold me up for about 15 minutes of conversation. And then I started picking up on the 15-minute conversation all the time, sometimes even longer than 15 minutes. And what I would start noticing about her was she had these bruises on her wrist, her arm, her forearm, and like around her neck. I thought maybe, you know, there was something going on in her life, you know, like maybe some abuse. Until one day she told me that her and her boyfriend goes into homes and cleans spirits out.
Hold on. Hold that thought. Spooky! Continue on.
Man, and when she started telling me that, it's just always, I heard one of your callers said that voice tells you something. It was just weird every time I was here. She would always hold me up for conversation. And so she was just telling me her and her boyfriend would go and clean houses up. And then she told me that once they clean the house up, because she was giving me these details, she said what they do is they don't go straight home. she said they would go to random grocery stores or go to maybe a gas station or something and buy cigarettes.
Wow.
I said, okay.
Shouts to Free Reign on the super sticker. Continue on, my brother. Continue on.
And she said that they would just smoke cigarettes in front of the store.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, why was y'all doing that? She said, because most of the time, those spirits that they cleaned out of those houses would follow them. I said, okay.
Oh.
And she said, what they would do is go to a gas station, buy cigarettes, stay in front of the gas station and smoke it right there.
Wow.
And she said that what that spirit would do is, if it did follow them, when you're around a lot of people, they're hoping that that spirit that they cleaned out that home would attach to somebody else within the walking of the living of people coming in and out of stores.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, okay, this is kind of weird here. And so I started wondering, like, remember I told you, like, every time I would talk to her, she would hold me up for like 15 to 20 minutes of conversation.
Basically,
and,
she was trying to throw one of them ghosts on you.
Yeah.
One of them spirits on you.
While I'm talking to her.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm looking at her wrist, trying to make out the marks on her. I was just trying to analyze it, like, what those marks were. It looked like she was actually being attacked by spirits because it was weird. Because you get, like, within probably maybe a month or so, I probably would see, like, maybe twice a month she would have these random marks would appear on her arm, her wrist, her forearm, her neck. I would see it there, and I would always question, like, they would appear, and then before you know it, they're not there anymore. So that's what I picked up on, the marks on her. And so when she told me that, she was telling me that what they do is they go to stores, buy cigarettes, smoke their cigarettes there, and would hope that that spirit will attach to somebody else. So I would start thinking, like, this keeps them in the business, because then if someone else gets a spirit attached to them, they have to go clean that house up. So they're making money cleaning spirits out at the same time. I stopped talking to her.
Yeah, I'd have definitely stopped talking to her.
Yeah, I picked up on her game, like what she was doing. Like,
she was trying to throw them spirits on you, my G. Like, they going to the gas station, smoking the cigarettes. Yeah. You said they stand there for 15, 20 minutes, hoping that these spirits jump on the people that was going in and out the gas station and out coming in and out the store. Wow. Cold-blooded.
And most of the time, you get people that's probably, and especially gas stations, all kind of random of different emotions go in and out of a gas station or convenience store. Like, you got all these emotions, and spirits will attach to something that's weak. And then all of a sudden, you get these stories of people saying that, weird things are starting to happen. If you're not thinking about, tracing, your thoughts on, like, where does that go, or when did it start? Sometimes you have to look back at certain things to figure out why things are happening around you that's weird. You just never know. But that's what they were doing. They were cleaning houses and going to gas stations and smoking cigarettes, and would just stand there and just smoke.
Wow.
And because they knew that spirit, most likely, they weren't taking a chance of bringing it to their home.
Spooky! Crazy.
Yep.
Yo, Malcolm,
so it's
man.
real, man.
Once again, man,
story.
you always come through with the dope, spooky stories. My brother, I appreciate you.
I'm about to hit that super chat up, too.
Oh, thank you, my brother. Much love, man. So, Malcolm, I appreciate you tapping in with us. You the spooky hours OG. You know what I'm saying? You always come through with the official joints. So, salute to you. And have a good night, my brother. Much love.
You too. Peace.
All right, peace.
Much love.
Peace. Shouts to Malcolm, always with the dope stories. Always. One of the best doing it. Peace. You now tuned in to MRecktv. State your name, where you call it from. Keep it clean, keep it short. Let's get spooky.
Yeah, man, I'm calling from Nasty Natty, man. I go by Nate. And man, I got this get out story, man. Like, messing with this Karen, man. You gotta hear it, M.Reck.
Yo, Nate, why I feel like you about to, you know what I'm saying, just About to play with it. It sound like you about to play with it, Nate.
Just hear me. You gotta hear it, man.
You already laughing and all that.
No, because it's spooky. It's funny, but it's
I
spooky,
mute your
though.
audio, mate. Nate, rather. Mute your audio, Nate.
All right.
Because I'm hearing myself.
So look.
Yeah, just turn it all the way off. Because I can hear it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, just turn it all the way off or all the way down.
All right. It's off.
All right, there you go. I still hear it.
I'm messing with
Nate,
this.
I still hear it.
I'm messing with this Karen right, man. I ain't gonna put her out there, but we was getting kind of serious and stuff. And she told me that her people was racist, right?
Yeah,
you with me though?
Yeah, I'm with you, Nate. Nasty Nate.
So
let's get it.
So look, we pack up and stuff, and we traveling down there for Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
And she just giving me the rundown over how her father and stuff preached to her, don't mess with no black guys and everything, and how he's part of the Ku Klux Klan. He used to hang, all my people and everything, and she just how she resent her people. She always dated Mexicans and blacks and stuff just to get back at them. But anyway,
wow.
So look, we get there, right, and he greet me and he like, born in the USA, I was born.
Come on, Nate.
Born.
Come on, Nate. That's what we doing, Nate. That's what we doing. Yeah, shouts to Chrissy from the Bronx with the super sticker. Somebody took the super chat away. Somebody else, I guess they took it away. It was there. Yeah, that was. Come on, Nate. Nate, you sound like you about over 40. That's what you doing, Nate. You calling up, telling them weak ass Karen stories. These weak ass Karen stories, and you hitting niggas with the Bruce Springsteen, born in the USA. Like that's what you doing, Nate. Yeah, Nate, you got a lot of time on your hands. Nate ain't got no job. You can just tell what kind of nigga Nate is. But Nate, you still my man. But come on, Nate, what you doing, man? Is late, and this is what you doing, Nate. Nate, I'm talking to you, Nate. Oh man, Nate, don't call up messing the vibes up. We got good vibes. Malcolm just called. How you gonna call up after Malcolm on that time? That was real weak, Nate. You calling after the spooky hours OG with that? And I knew it though. I knew from the rip that he was gonna play with it. I said it. Somebody say Rec got that daddy voice on. Oh man. Peace. You now tuned in to MRecktv. State your name, where you call it from. Keep it clean, keep it short. Let's get spooky.
It's your stepmommy again. You hung up on me earlier. That was young man.
You calling up trolling, right? And your name is stepmommy, right? And your phone is trash. How you gonna troll with a trash phone? You calling up trolling with a trap phone, a nasty trap phone from the gas station, and your name is stepmommy. Come on, man. Y'all gotta do better than that. If you're gonna troll, like, come on. At least have a good phone. You calling up with a Fisher Price and you trolling? Come on, fam. Shouts to Chrissy from the Bronx again with the super chat. $20. Appreciate you, Chrissy. Yeah, stepmommy. I'm gonna have to block stepmommy. Hold on, matter of fact, let me block that. I don't like that stepmommy vibe. Calling up on that bomber phone. Peace.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. What's happening?
Is this M.Reck?
The one and only. What's happening?
Hi, my name's Bianca. I wanted to tell you my spooky story.
You say your name is Bianca?
Yeah.
Okay, where you calling from?
Arizona?
Arizona. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You sound like you on speaker. Take me on speaker if you can.
Yeah. Hello?
There you go. You sound much better. Talk a little louder. And let's get into this spooky story.
Okay. So this was about 2010, some time ago. At this time, my sister and her ex-husband were separated, but her ex-husband practiced Santeria, like really strong.
Oh, hold that thought. Spooky! Continue on, because we know what that's about.
Yeah. Yeah. And at this time, I had separated from my ex-husband, and I went to go stay at my sister's house because my ex-husband and my dad were friends, so I refused to move in with my parents. So what happened was, when I was staying at the house, I was up all night on MySpace trying to figure out what everybody else was doing, spying on him, basically. And all of a sudden, I hear something crying, like a kid crying. So I wake up and I run downstairs to the living room where my nephew was sleeping. And I was like, "Sweetie, are you okay?" But he was dead asleep. So I was like, okay. I didn't think anything about it. I was like, well, maybe he's crying in his sleep, you know? So I go back to bed. As I was walking up the stairs, I heard a crying noise again. So I run back downstairs and I was like, Mijo, are you okay? Well, he wakes up.
Hold on, that was his name? You call him Mijo?
Yeah, I mean, like son, like child, like little boy, like, you know, like.
Okay, that's what that means. I never knew what that means. Mijo. Like that's a wild name, but I just never knew what it means. I'm glad you cleared that up. But continue on.
Yeah, sorry, it's like child, you know, like son, like it's like a loving term, you know. And I was like, his name's Carlitos. So I woke him up like, "Are you okay? What's wrong?" Because I thought something serious was wrong with him. And he wakes up and he's like, "I'm fine."
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay. But see, so my nephew, he's special needs.
Okay, gotcha.
He wakes up, his eyes completely, and he goes to me, "You need to go to sleep." But it says it perfect clear, and he never speaks perfectly clear. Like, it was crazy.
Wow.
So I was like kind of shocked and scared. But at the same time, I'm like, wait, I'm the adult here. And I was like, no, you need to go to sleep. So as I'm walking up the stairs, he's just staring at me. And I felt this breeze pass by, which was creepy, but I didn't think anything about it. And I felt like there's a shadow by my sister's door, and I felt uncomfortable. And I already know what goes on, like with her ex-husband. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna lock myself in the room. So I go and sit down in the room. I'm on the phone, and at the end of my bed, I see like this imprint, but it was like a small little body type of imprint, like something sitting down at the end of the bed. And I tried shaking the cover to try to shake it off, and it wouldn't move. So I tried kicking my foot over there where it was at, and it wouldn't move. So I tried shaking the covers one more time, and then it's like it got up or something, and you could see little imprints walking towards me of like little feet. And it was walking slow and then started running. I jumped up so fast. I ran down the stairs. I woke him. I made sure he got up, and I sent him upstairs to the room. I sent him to the room, and I was like, I'm going to stay downstairs. But then as I was downstairs, I could hear all the doors slamming and just opening and slamming and opening and slamming. So I woke my sister up, told her to go check on him. And she tried to say prayers in the house. She tried to make him wear a cross, and he kept yelling at her and arguing with her, and he refused to put the cross on. After that, I was like, you know what? I'll just go make it work with my ex-husband.
Wow. Wow. Now, so you saying like that was your nephew, right?
Yeah, my nephew, he gets like possessed, basically.
Yeah, I was about to say he's possessed.
Yeah, not all the time. He's just really prone to it, unfortunately.
You said not all the time. That's spooky to even deal with that, you know, half of the time or even sometime. Said not all the time. So it's like You don't know who you gonna get when
When?
you see your nephew. You
Nope.
don't know if you gonna get what's his name? What's his government name? I know it's
Carlitos.
what's his name? Carlito?
Carlitos, yeah.
Oh wow, Carlito, Mijo.
Yeah.
So you don't know if you're
That's
gonna
my
get
baby.
Carlito, Mijo,
Yeah.
or Spooky Jose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
Wow, that's a good story. Shouts to
Yeah.
Carlito. That's crazy. Spooky Jose, aka
Yeah.
Carlito, Mijo, and where you calling from?
I'm from Arizona.
Arizona. Very spooky out there. Very spooky. And
Yeah, it's a little different.
Carlito got so spooky, he made you go back to your ex-husband.
Yeah, sure did.
Wow. Now, why did you leave your ex-husband, first and foremost?
Cheating.
Oh, cheating. So
Yeah,
you
he's
said
always
never
cheating.
mind.
I
You
can't
said
handle
never
it.
mind the cheating. I just can't deal with Carlito and Spooky Jose at this crib over here. I'm good.
I had to choose the worst of the two evils. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Carlito was having his way.
Yeah.
You let Carlito have his way.
It was great talking to you.
Yeah,
Thank
it was
you for
great.
listening
Thank
to
you.
me.
What's your name again?
Bianca.
Bianca, thanks for calling. Tap in on the next show
No
if
problem.
you got another story. All right.
All right.
All right. Peace.
All right. Bye.
Yeah, that was a good story. That was funny too. Carlito was having his way. Yeah, definitely was. Definitely. Definitely, man. We having a good time here. Like 600 people rocking out on a late night tip. It's like almost 1:00. Pound that like button. Let's get those likes up too. We ain't even hit 500 likes yet, and it's been like, over 500 staying in the room. She said she ran back to her ex-husband who was cheating because she couldn't deal with the spooky shit that was going on at the aunt crib with Lil Mijo, aka Carlito. You know what I'm saying? Shouts to Tyson with the super chat too. Let me highlight that again. My brother Tyson. Salute to the Rec Mob. You already know what it is. Shouts to Chocolate. Well, Chocolate Lady. The trolls messing with you because they have no life. Spooky. Facts. Let me hit the spooky on that. Spooky! Tyson, with your super chat at, did it disappear? I know you didn't take it back. I know you don't move like that. I'm trying to highlight it. I don't know why it's not there no more. But, shouts to Tyson. He always show love anyway, so it ain't about nothing. Came and went. Appreciate y'all on the super chat. I appreciate y'all on the cash chat. Let me shout out shout out people leaving those cash apps. People hit me earlier, people hit me during the show. Let me see. Shouts to Gibson on the cash app. Shouts to Sam Mayer. Shouts to Denise Taylor. Who else? People that be. Shouts to Macasia. Shouts to Dr. Monifa Jones, African Hunter. That's his name. Shouts to African Hunter. Shouts to Pamela. Shouts to Sandra North. Appreciate you. Much love. Let me take another caller. Peace. You now tune in to MRecktv. State your name, where you call it from. Keep it clean. Keep it short.
Hi, I'm Chrissy.
Let's get
from the
spooky.
Bronx. I'm Chrissy from the Bronx. What's up?
Chrissy from the Bronx. What's happening with you? What you doing up this late?
Cause I always tune in.
Oh, you
But
always
I wanna
tuned
tell you
in?
a spooky story.
Did you call up before?
No, I didn't call it before. I called it before like a long time ago, but
Okay, nah, it's all good. No, that's what I'm saying. You say you always listening. So okay, let's get it.
always.
Chrissy
always.
from the Bronx.
Day
You
one.
you left that donation earlier?
Yeah.
Okay, I
I left
appreciate that.
2.
Oh, exactly. Shouts
Of
to you,
course.
Chrissy. That's you. I'm glad you called up.
Yeah, it's me.
I
Yeah, it's me.
appreciate you, Chrissy from the Bronx. Let's get it, Chrissy.
Hi.
How you doing?
So I one time I was washing clothes in the back of my house, and I went outside to get some air, and there was a pile of blood in the middle with feathers all around it,
Mm.
and I didn't know.
Hold on.
I
Pile of
didn't know what
blood
it was.
with feathers around it. Now, where you was at again?
I'm in Schenectady now.
Okay.
Schenectady is next to Albany.
No, I got that.
I
But
came from the Bronx. Yeah.
where did this happen at?
Oh, I was inside my backyard.
In your backyard? In the Bronx or Schenectady?
Yeah. In Schenectady.
Okay, got you. Let's get it.
There was a there was a circle of blood.
Somebody made a sacrifice.
Like yeah, with a circle of feathers around it. And I asked the people that live upstairs if they knew anything about it, and the dude was like, "Nah, I think a pigeon died. I had to throw it in the trash this morning." And I was like, "Yo, what?" Then I asked my roommate. I was like, do you know anything about the dead bird in the backyard?" She was like, "Nah." And I was like, "Yo, somebody's trying to do witchcraft, B."
Crazy.
That's my spooky story.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Now it's all good, Chrissy. I appreciate it.
Yeah, but the thing is, he didn't clean up the feathers.
Yeah,
So
they
he's
ain't
still
cleaned the
blowing
feathers.
around everywhere.
Wow.
It's disgusting.
Crazy. I appreciate you, Chrissy. You always be showing love too. I appreciate it. Thank you for
I always
calling.
show you love. I love you, Jimmy.
Thank you.
All right.
Much love, Chrissy.
Bye-bye.
All right, peace. Shouts to Chrissy from the Bronx. Shouts to my sentiments exactly. I like that. Much love and respect to M.Reck, the Earth, and the Wreck Mob. Always here for the spooky hours. I appreciate you. Thank you. My sentiments exactly with this love in the super chat. Salute. Shouts to Chrissy from the Bronx. Shouts to all my ladies. Shouts to all my homies. Man, y'all be showing a lot of love. Call me up. I'm gonna take another call. We on that 2-hour mark. You know, I usually do 2 hours, but sometimes I go over. If the vibe is right, the vibe is good. We vibing, but we need those likes up. If y'all want me to continue on, I need to see these likes go up. You know what I mean? We had 512. Let's see these likes go up. We got close to 600 in the building. I need to see some more likes. Let's get it. Peace. You now tune in to MRecktv. State your name, where you call it from. Keep it clean, keep it short.
What's up?
Let's get spooky.
What's up, M.Reck? This is Jonathan. I'm calling from LA.
What's happening, Jonathan? Salute to the whole LA.
I got a spooky story. So I just turned 42. I was about 9 years old, and I was at the liquor store, and a bum had asked me for some change. And I looked the bum dead in his eye, and I cursed him. And I told him, nah. And then long story short, I called him like, I don't know if I can curse, but a broke, ASSNIGGA. And he looked at me and he told me that, you know, time is wealth. And that's when I was 9 years old. I went to Los Angeles. I was in a different place in California. I went to Los Angeles and I seen that same person, that same bum in a different form, same face. The man told me the same thing. Time is wealth. I kid you not. 10, 15 years
Spooky!
later.
Yeah, continue on.
Spooky. 10, 15 years later go by. I go to another store. I'm in New York now. Just living my life. I'm in New York. I've been in the corner. I'm waiting for my taxi to come. The man comes behind me and says, excuse me. Do you have any change? I looked. It's the man.
Wow.
I tense up. And I'm like, no, G, I ain't got no change. He said, it's all right. time is wealth. This is years later.
Wow.
Years later.
Yo, but you know what's so crazy? It's spooky, but he dropping gems on you. Every time he's seeing you, he dropping a crazy gem. Time is wealth. Keep building though.
The man was just in different form. Like,
so when you say different form, explain that.
Okay. So when I first seen the man, it was in Sacramento, California. Different, same guy, tall, dark complexion, dark man. But when I say different form, meaning like he was a bum. Then when I seen him again in LA, he was a bum. Then I seen him in New York, he's a bum. Now listen to this. Pandemic hits. I'm waiting, right? I finally go out because I was scared. Finally go out. This a few months ago. Tell me why I see. I know it's the same guy because he told me the same thing. Time is wealth. The man told me time is wealth. I keep seeing the same guy since I was a kid. The same bum I cursed keep popping up. And it's spooky. I don't know how to explain it. That's why I'm rambling right now. It's hard to explain.
So I thought you was going to basically say every time you seen them, you know, he was on the homeless time. You know what I'm saying? You know, I hate to call people bums. You know, he was, let's just say he was down on, he hit misfortune. You know what I'm saying? He was misfortunate. And I thought you was gonna say, you know, during the pandemic, he hit a lick or something, and you know, he was in like a 3-piece suit, you know what I mean, with some gaiters on or something, and he got his chips up.
No. But the thing is, M.Reck, I'm 42. This man was already. This is when I was a child. This man was already old. There's no way this man is still living to this day. I'm sorry.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You see the same dude. He didn't age one bit, and this is
not one bit.
Okay, got you. So this spirit
same guy.
This spirit is following you because you said you seen him in LA, you seen him in New York, and you seen him
New York
somewhere else.
Recently, I'm back in California. Lived my whole life all around. Doing different stuff. Ran into him again. Pandemic. It's crazy. It's spooky out here. Yeah, I just wanted to share that.
Yeah, that was spooky. I ain't gonna hold you.
Spooky.
That was definitely spooky, man. I appreciate it. What's your name again, fam?
Marcus.
And you calling from LA?
Yeah.
Salute, man. I appreciate you calling. Make sure you tap in on the next one if you got another story, you know?
For sure.
All right, my brother. Have a good one. Peace. Peace. You now tuned in. Mute your audio. Peace. You now tuned in to MRecktv. State your name, where you call it from. Keep it clean. Keep it short. Let's get spooky.
All right, bro. I'm calling from the Bronx, New York. My name is Tango.
Tango, I spoke to you before. Shouts to the whole BX and all that. Right? Tango, we spoke, right?
My dude.
My guy.
Fact.
I like your energy, man. Keep the energy good. Let's get it, Tango. Let's get a good story out of you. You know what I mean?
So I got locked up when I was like 15 years old.
Okay. What you got locked up for?
It was a robbery or some shit.
Okay.
Pardon my language.
Sneak thieving.
My language.
Okay.
It was a robbery in the Bronx.
Okay.
You know, but anyway, I turned 16 and they ended up sending me to Rikers Island.
Damn.
So, yeah.
They did you dusty.
So there was this lawyer, Jewish lawyer, looked crazy. He looked like a Viking. He had a big beard, looked crazy. You heard? Like the beard was all like uneven and stuff. He looked crazy.
Damn.
But he took cases for my mother when when I was younger and stuff. He got my mother out of jail. He got my uncles out of jail several times.
Got you. So he was like the family lawyer in a sense.
not in a sense.
Yeah.
But not really.
Yeah,
you heard?
yeah.
He was just somebody that used to help my family, I guess. You heard?
Gotcha.
Long story short, I tell my grandmother, yo, call Mr. Kenny. His name was Mr. Kenny.
call Mr. Kenny and see if he could help me out. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't had no bread. You know, we was doing bad, you know, back then. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So she called Mr. Kenny. I'm on Rikers Island. He comes on a legal visit. I'm in C-74. So he calls me down to the visit, and he tells me, more or less, listen, I could take your case. You know, I could get you out on your next court date. But more or less, you're going to have to do some things. And I was like, all right, what's up? What I got to do? So he was like, you're going to have to come see me once a week, you know, just to show up, to show us that you know, doing good, staying out of trouble and stuff like that. But also, what you're going to have to do is, it's a group of us that we go out into the woods in upstate New York. And we tie each other up to trees and crazy stuff like that. And we do some S&M stuff like that. You heard? You know, we have sex with each other. S&M, my dude. You heard? He was like, we tie each other up to trees. He was like, the DA is involved. Lawyers, all of this. So he's like, the DA, lawyers, judges, they all involved. That's how I can get you out, right? So he's like, if you do this, I can get you out. So I'm like, hell no, I'm not doing that. But it was just so crazy because I was thinking about what my mother did, what my uncles did. You know what I'm saying? How did they get out of prison?
Exactly.
You know? And you know what I'm saying? And then with all this other stuff that's been going on recently, when they've been talking about all this crazy stuff that's been going on, I know it's real because I know when that lawyer came at me like that, that was from the left. You know what I'm saying? And that was some crazy stuff. And that been with me since I'm 38 now. You know what I'm saying? That been with me since I was a kid. I ain't never really told nobody except for my girl about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Mr. Kenny.
But
yeah.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy about the situation? He ended up passing away maybe a month after he came to visit me.
Oh, wow.
He ended up passing away. Yeah, it was crazy, yo. But yeah, he came at me like that. He was like, yo, go take you in the woods and tie each other up on trees and beat each other and some crazy stuff. I was like, hell no, I'm not doing that. You heard? I was like, no, I'm good. I ended up doing 6 years in prison. You heard?
I'd have did that 6 on my head. Salute.
Facts.
Exactly. Because I ain't rocking with Mr. Kenny and
I ain't rocking with Mr. Kenny neither, you heard? yeah, man. But it's a lot of spooky shit going on around out here.
That's spooky on another note. That's the other type of spooky.
On some real life shit. Yeah, man. Yeah. But that's what's up, M.Reck. You heard? Shout it out.
Tango, salute. I appreciate you, man. Salute to the BX. You heard?
Yo, peace.
All right, peace. Yeah, I'm gonna end it on that note. Shouts to Tango. Matter of fact, it's still 600 in here, so call me up. I'm rocking out. I'm up. Pound the like button. Let's get it. Peace. You now tune in to MRecktv. State your name, where you call it from. Keep it clean. Keep it short. Let's get spooky.
It's Naughty Head Beats again, man. Down here in Florida, man. Peace, man.
Naughty Head Beats. What's going on? Let's get it, my brother.
Yeah, I got another quick little one for you, man. It's actually not pertaining to me, but down here in Florida. Recently, I don't know if you've been paying attention to news down here because they haven't been really it's out there like that in the media. But down here in I think it was Orlando, they had something going on where they had these 2 guys that got caught digging graves. And they was actually getting body parts out these graves.
Wow.
So there's a lot of spooky stuff really going on out here. So when I talk about frequency and stuff like that, really understand it's all real and happening out here. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Got you. So now when you said they was digging graves and then you said they was getting body parts out the graves or was they getting body parts out the graves and putting in
out?
I'm lost.
Out the graves. They was getting body parts out the graves.
So they was digging it up. They was digging up I guess grave sites.
Yeah. Getting arms and legs, they say, because they couldn't find that this is what these people said. They said because they couldn't find body parts. They was from overseas somewhere. I can't remember where. But basically, they was getting these body parts because they couldn't get the stuff they needed easily here in the country.
Wow.
They got caught, arrested, and everything like that. It's a story. I'll send you the link.
Yeah, please do. Send it to mrecktvpromo@gmail.com. Send me that link. I'll definitely check it out. And also you can text it to this number. You know.
Okay.
Send me that link.
All right.
That's spooky.
Right.
You said in Florida? What part of Florida?
I think it was Orlando where it happened.
Wow. Orlando. Wow. By Disney World.
Yeah. Exactly.
Spooky. Spooky. You know, Disney is spooky.
All right, man.
All right, my brother. I appreciate you.
Peace, brother.
All right,
I
peace.
appreciate y'all, man. You and Amina, man.
No doubt. Peace to the earth, my brother. Call me back. Oh, hold on. I could call people back. I be forgetting. I'm bugging. Let me call this number back. Call this number back. 1 second.
Hello, M.Reck.
Peace.
Yeah, peace to you and Earth.
No doubt.
This is Jet Jag. This is Jet Jaguar. I called a couple weeks about the Spooky Bridge.
Oh yeah, that was a dope story, my brother. What's happening with you? Talk to me.
All right, yeah, I was gonna tell you the other story about the one that spirit that followed me home. We went out to this place. It's a suburb. Date again. It's called it's Eaton, and me and two of my boys went out there. It's like actually like a few weeks after the first one happened, about that bridge they used to hang us from. And this is like a crybaby bridge, they say.
Hold on, you said the bridge that they used to hang y'all from?
Yeah, that bridge I told you about, the Buckhorn Bridge, where it's that restaurant called Buckhorn. They used to hang black folks out there. That's what I heard, you know.
Oh, okay. On that note, I thought you was talking about in a literal sense. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
and
my brother.
This was another place out there called Eaton, and this is the road where they had the so the Fudge Road beef and all that kind of stuff like that. So we there's a bridge out there we went to, and we get out the truck, and I hear something. I see like this little like green looking stuff in the water. I'm already got in my mind already in a kind of a panic. I'm like, oh. And I go, what you jumping for, man? I'm like, oh, no, I just thought I saw something, because I heard something down there running, like moving and running.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what it was, And then we see this, we stand there looking on both sides, and this truck pulls up. And I come to find later on, this guy ain't actually even a cop. But I guess it's one of the people that live over there to try to scare people and getting out, from over in this area where the bridge is at.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes out the car, like, big old, like, redneck boy, and he says, you guys got to get out of here, man. You can't be over here, And I'm like, all right, we just out here looking, He's like, well, you guys got to go. So, anyways, I'm going to try to sum it up from there. But anyway, that guy's not a real cop and everything like that. It was one of my managers at my job at the time said that there's just somebody just out there that lives over to try to scare people away, just like they had this lady used to drive this old Cadillac to try to, scare people away. But anyways, when we went back home that night, we went to the other place that, same night. But when we went back, I went back home that next morning, I heard talking in my sleep. Like, I thought I wasn't asleep. I come to find later on. I'm like, I hear like, it sounded like a bunch of different voices and like whispering, like they ate a dinner table or something like that, like a restaurant or something like that, like you're on a movie. And I'm like, and I wake up and I can't move. And I'm like, what the world? And then the voice and stuff go away. And I'm like, whoa, what is this? I ain't think nothing about it. I just figured I was asleep. So one of my boys that we went out there with that night, the night, before that, I was on the phone later on that evening, and I went outside to pour the trash can to the curb, for the waste management. And I'm on the phone with him, and I see like a white mist, like a figure. It was like the form of a person, and it was standing right across from my house. And I wasn't thinking nothing about it. It was a summer night, and I ain't, think about it. I'm thinking like, and then whatever it was starts walking towards it across the street, and I'm like, I run back in the house, and I'm freaked out.
I didn't go to the window or nothing like that. I told him, I'm like, hey man, so like, like something's outside of my house, and he really didn't understand what I was talking about, So I sat there and got off the phone a little bit, and then I just happened to walk over to the window and look out, but I ain't see nothing, So I go to bed that night, kind of scared, and I go to bed that night again, and my dog had 2 dogs, and one of them would lay on the bed right next to me on the floor, and the same thing. I woke up the next morning, I hear this talking, I hear like what do you call, like when you hear glasses and stuff, like people using like in a restaurant, and you can hear like people, a bunch of different conversations, and they talking around me, and I turn around and open my eyes up, like look again. I'm like, ooh, and then this I knew I definitely wasn't sick, because my dog jumped up barking because he heard the same thing. And I said, you know what? I said, I don't know what it is, or something from that we went the other night follow me back home is what I'm thinking,
Wow.
So that was my part on that. That whole area out there, man, it's creepy, man. I know, it's, I can hold you up on it, but it's one lady, I know they got this train right by there. There's this railroad track that's haunted, because I used to work with the lady whose aunt got hit by a train over there. I know another lady got, and they see her spirit out there. This place called the Red Mule. It's a bar called the Red Mule, and her spirit, they see her waving at people like over there. And I guess back this is like back in like 2000, maybe late 2000s. That she left that bar, the Red Mule, drunk and got ran over by a train. And they see her out here waving at people and all that stuff like that. And this other lady I used to work with, somebody she knew, the car just cut her right off on the tracks and got hit. So I don't know. The whole area crazy.
Damn.
It's out a place called Eaton.
Wow, y'all got the spooky train out there. You got the spooky bridge.
Crazy. Oh, that whole area got a lot of stuff. You look on like online, you'll see like people talk about little stories and stuff out there, man. It's crazy stuff.
I hear that, man. I appreciate you tapping in, man. What's your name again?
James. I go by Jet Jaguar in the chat.
J Jaguar. Salute, James. Appreciate you. All right, my brother.
All right.
Peace. That was, it was, he was kind of long-winded, but he did call before with a good story with the spooky bridge. So, it is what it is. So, I let James rock because he had a good story last time, and I let him rock a little longer, and that it became a good story, you know what I mean? Especially with the lady getting hit by the train and all that. Mutual audio. Mutual audio. Mutual audio. Peace. You now tuned in to MRecktv. State your name, where you call it from. Keep it clean, keep it short. Let's get spooky.
Not Big Meech from prison, man. Sasquatch Meech.
Sasquatch Meech. What's happening, son? Like, how you get a name like Sasquatch and then you got Meech to it and all that?
Man, it's rare that very few people believe in Sasquatch, man. I was listening to a few callers that call in, and they had their Sasquatch encounters and shadow people, all kinds of stuff. All that stuff real, man, Say what up, M.Reck?
Chilling. Who that, your son? That's your son?
Yeah, my son, he's still up, man.
What's going on? What's his name?
Yeah, well, my story is, all my stories is West Side Atlanta stories of Sasquatch. All right, go in the room.
Your son, he up and he wilding too. What's his
He
name?
wilding, man.
What's his name?
But West Side of Atlanta, my English teacher got killed by Sasquatch, man, allegedly.
Say word. Yeah, that's crazy. Hold on, I gotta hit the
allegedly. You know what I'm saying?
Spooky! I said my English teacher got killed by a Sasquatch.
Larry Bolin, Larry Bolen.
Yo, not the laugh, but
Georgia.
Yo,
you can Google it. Yeah.
Listen, Meech, not the laugh.
What's up?
But you started off your story and said my English teacher got killed by a Sasquatch. That gotta be the funniest shit.
No, it's real shit. I'm not lying. You think I'm playing?
Nah, not at all.
Sasquatch stories, you think I'm playing?
Nah, but you gotta think.
For real, man. I tell these Sasquatch stories, they for real.
All right, Gag, continue on, man. Pick right up from the beginning.
Like,
go back.
We're on the west side of Atlanta. You got Six Flags. You know, Douglasville, Lithia Springs is on the west side of Atlanta, 15 minutes away. So anyway, my English teacher, he, according to reports from the police, you know, got his breakfast, you know, he was chilling, started his day off normal, and he pulled into Hunter Park in Douglasville, Georgia. And then from Hunter Park, he vanished out of nowhere. His car was there, everything was there. He just disappeared out of nowhere. 3 years later, they found his body a couple of miles away.
Wow.
And, there was some teenagers walking, and they found his body off wherever they found it. You know what I'm saying?
And you said 3 years later?
And then the police, 3 years later.
Spooky!
2015, he died, or he disappeared in 2015. And they found his body 2018.
Wow. That's
by some teenagers. I was just, you know, they was probably having a good time, and they stumbled upon them.
What was the
Anyway,
cause of
long
the
story
death?
short,
What was the cause of the death?
There was no cause. The cause of death was natural causes. Nobody pulled him out of his car. No signs of foul death. No signs of nothing.
Wow.
He just, according to police testimony, you know what I'm saying? He walked off in the woods and he died on his natural causes.
So where did the Sasquatch, you know,
because remember I called you before. I told you there was Sasquatches in West Atlanta.
Yeah,
you know
I remember that you said you was talking about the Sasquatch that was outside your
too.
window.
It's not a joke. You know what I'm saying? They're real deep. So when I heard my teacher story, I never.
You said, hold on. You said West
before.
Atlanta. You said West Atlanta.
Lithia Springs,
wow.
Douglasville. That's all Sasquatch territory, man. They
you gotta give me those videos. As a matter of fact, didn't you say you had some videos?
No, I didn't have no videos, man. This is before. You know what I'm saying? If you want to find, they're very easy to find, man. They're not hard to find.
Yo, listen.
They're not hard to find at all.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
If you got video, you know how much money is that worth?
Bro,
you
I tell you, like the stories I could tell you. This is before iPhone. This is before YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But this just happened in 2015.
Yeah, that wasn't that long
Google
ago.
It. All the people in the chat room, Google Larry Bolen, BOLEN, Douglasville, Georgia, and see what it pulls up. And y'all tell me the story y'all watch.
Matter of fact, somebody pull it up right now and send me the link in the chat room. Send me the link in the chat room, and I'll pull it up while we live. Somebody Google that right now.
Man. Somebody tell me, you know what I'm saying?
Spell that name again.
Larry's Larry. Bolen, BOLEN. BOLEN.
Somebody pull that up and send me the link if it come
drinking,
up.
Man.
Nah, it's all good. What you drinking on?
I had what I got? I got some Tito's, man. I messing with the Tito's vodka.
Oh
man.
wow, Tito, you getting lit?
Yeah, Tito's vodka, man.
You getting lit? Somebody pull that up. Can somebody pull that up? Somebody pull that up, please, and just put the link in the chat room.
Pull it up.
Let's get it. We up. Pound that like button. Let's get it.
Douglasville, Georgia.
Pull that up. You on your computer, Meech?
My computer. This is the easy story, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I like I told you before, I witnessed these creatures. I witnessed these.
Please, somebody pull this up. We got 600 people in the room.
It sounds crazy, but when you know what I'm saying, it's for real, for real. Like the previous callers, they said shadow figures, and one dude was up north. He said an ape ran across. I believe all that. You know what I'm saying? It's real shit.
Damn, nobody pulling it up.
We live in a spiritual world.
Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Nobody pulling it up. Let me. Larry. The last name again?
Larry Bolen, BOLEN, Douglasville, Georgia. Can't be hard to. Come on, chat room, y'all slipping.
Douglasville,
What's going
Georgia.
on, man? Oh, I'm capping. Come on, y'all niggas is bullshitting, man.
What part of Georgia? You said Douglasville?
Douglasville, Georgia, west side of Atlanta. Yeah.
I didn't know they had a Douglasville. So Douglasville, Georgia? Let me see.
Yeah.
Okay, it says remains ID as missing. Douglas County teacher.
Is he? Am I lying? M.Reck,
on,
you got all you people in the chat room saying I'm capping.
All
Come
right,
on,
hold on. Yeah, I'm about to share the stream. I got you.
Come on, man. Y'all with the chat room, y'all bullshit, man.
They ain't even pull it up for me. Yeah, I got you, Meech.
But yeah, watch that, man. It's real shit, man. Because he
easy on the cursing. They're gonna kill him monetization. They're gonna kill him
Oh yeah, I
monetization.
apologize.
Yeah,
But these
wow.
creatures they're not deep in the woods. They're right in your backyard.
All right, let me read it. It says Douglas County official says remains found in a wooded area near I-20 are that of missing teacher Larry Bolin. The remains were found Wednesday night by two teenagers about a mile east of the Georgia 5 exit. According to Channel 2 Action News, the ID was confirming using dental records, clothing, and Bolin's driver's license. The news station reported there was no sign of foul play or suicide. Now, you know.
So there's no sign of foul play of suicide, but a bloodhound couldn't smell a man, an old man disappeared off trail 1-2 miles away. A bloodhound can smell you for like 40 miles away.
Facts.
So that's the big question. You know what I'm saying? So he disappeared for 3 years, 1 to 2 miles away.
So,
Think
okay,
about it.
I'm looking at the story real quick, and I'm going off the information you told me. They found his minivan first.
His minivan was, you know what I'm saying? It started off as a normal day. You know what I'm saying? Normal day. You pull up in the park, blah, blah, blah. You chilling. And you got, you don't know these creatures exist. You know what I'm saying? This is my, allegedly.
Oh, my bad. I'm bugging because I got
allegedly, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. The Sasquatch probably found him dead. I don't want to say he killed him. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
But just alleged, you know what I'm saying? He pulled up into a park, he disappeared, and you can't find him for 3 years, and he's only 2 miles away.
My bad. When I was
Think about
talking,
it.
when I was talking to you, I pulled it up,
about,
but I had
you know
the picture blocking it, so I just shared the screen again. So,
Yeah.
because you might be the first person who actually called about a spooky story, but got receipts. I don't know, you know what I'm saying?
I got receipts. This is M.Reck, man. I've seen these creatures with my own eyes, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't bullshitting last time I called.
Yeah.
This is just something I could prove. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
and
I appreciate
when
that.
Say he pulled up in the park and disappeared, that's the first thing that clicked in my head. I was like, yo, he got. You know what I'm saying?
Now this is close to where you staying at.
This is where I used to stay. I used to stay in West Side of Atlanta, Douglasville, Lithia Springs. I'm in North Carolina right now, but it still hits at home. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, I have an aunt, a step aunt, that's seeing a Sasquatch face to face in the same town we was in, face to face. You know what I'm saying? And as soon as she seen it, she dipped out. So it was like, how it went. She had her story. She never told me though.
Gotcha.
But when I seen a Sasquatch and the shit was going on, she told me later. She's like, "Yeah, I seen one. I was so and so this age, and I seen it face to face." I was like, "Yo, I believe you now."
Wow.
Because here I am. I seen these creatures, and these little motherfuckers. These are some giant creatures. You know what I'm saying?
So they what they like? 8 foot, 10 foot tall.
8 foot, 10 foot. But the biggest guy I seen, the alpha male, he was the alpha male. This motherfucker had to be 12, 15, 16 feet tall. It don't even sound Real. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
crazy,
Just
man.
judging by his footprint. Like, I'm a big dude. I'm 6'2". I wear a size 13. This dude foot was like 3 times bigger than mine.
He wore like a
And length
size 80.
and width.
He wore a
You know what I'm
size
saying? I was like,
89. The
you know what I'm saying?
Sasquatch wore a size 89.
He wore a 89 BBC. You know what I'm saying? This dude was laying heavy pipe, whatever he was getting into, man.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Sasquatch meat game and all that. You know, so we're gonna pause on
me
that.
either, man. But I'm just saying, if I was out there, yeah, I'd be
You say he
slinging
lay
something
heavy
out of his
pipe.
mouth. You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
know what's going on with the Sasquatch fight game, but you know, I get
I'll
it.
be slinging all kinds. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
Yeah, I
that's the
appreciate
story,
you
man. You know
calling.
what I'm saying, M.Reck? You know what I'm saying? That's the story.
Yeah.
And people could Google it. Larry Boland, Larry LARRYBOLEN, Douglasville, Georgia. That's west side of Atlanta.
I got it.
And that's what I had my Sasquatch experiences at. You know what I'm saying?
Got you, man.
And with the guy earlier, he called. He said he had experience with Sasquatch. Yeah, they out here, man.
They out here for real.
And
That's
another
great.
caller said they deep in the woods. They not deep in the woods. They right in your backyard, man. This is right in my backyard. This is fucking Atlanta's 15 minutes away. That's no different from 15 minutes away from New York City. Sasquatch is right there. You know what I'm saying? This is real shit.
Got you. I appreciate you, homie. Thanks for
So I
calling.
appreciate it, man.
So I'm
Thank
gonna
you
end
for
the show.
picking up, man.
Yeah,
And,
no doubt. I'm gonna end the show with your story, man. I appreciate it. We about almost 2 hours
thank you, man.
and a half. All right, my brother. You're welcome.
Holla, man. Holla.
All right, peace. Matter of fact, somebody calling. Take this last story. Peace. You now tuned in to MRecktv. State your name, where you call it from. Keep it clean, keep it short. Let's get spooky.
How you doing, brother? This is D-Man from Compton. Man, hey, these callers is comedy, man. Honestly, they comedy. This who said a Sasquatch. Look, man, these fools is really crazy.
I mean, but he had receipts though. It pulled up in Google. It pulled up.
Yeah, but you know what? I think some crap like that could be. I think it's called organ harvesting or melanin harvesting. But what I want to talk about is people over here talking about all these beings that they don't know about. I want to talk about a being that we know about. What's spooky to me is that I was watching a young pharaoh a video that he had posted recently, and this dude had Sleepy, and you know who I'm saying, Sleepy. Had Sleepy up in there talking to Congress, talking up when he was much youthful, much younger, talking about and endorsing a chip that could read a person's brain, could determine whether the person was apt to be aggressive, if they were prone to crime. This is when this man was younger. But if we talking about Sasquatches, this is crazy to me. This man was really talking about and endorsing a chip to be implemented into a human being.
Yeah, but you know what's so crazy that you said that? If you watch the movie Minority Report, that's what that was about. You ever saw the movie Minority Report?
Yes, I've seen that movie.
Yeah, watch it again. It probably went over your head. That's what it was about. You know
I'm
what
pretty young, so that probably did go over my head.
Yeah. So that's crazy that he said Sleepy was on that time. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to you got a link?
Just posted it too.
A word? What, on his IG?
No, actually on his YouTube channel. It's a whole video, and he go into detail and have dude talking out his own mouth, out the archives, and him basically pleading with these people about passing this and what the benefits would be. Basically, you would be able to. It would be like it talks about what is it? Nano dust. And that being what the actual chemtrails are, and then how the vaccine could possibly activate all these things. Like it's just so deep.
Got you.
It's just hella deep.
Yo, I
That
appreciate you.
And Cappy.
Got you. I appreciate you tapping in with that info, though. You know what I'm saying? Salute. You know what I mean?
Right on, man. I had to call in, though. That was funny, though. But I appreciate you. Thank you for the time.
No doubt, my brother. Peace.
All right.
Welcome.
Peace be upon you.
All right. Yeah, man. So on that note, it's 1:31. It's over 2.5 hours. We had 2 hours and 41 minutes. You know, I'm having fun. I ain't gonna hold you, but I gotta get some rest though, man. I gotta pay attention to what's going on with my stocks and everything, you dig? So, man, listen, I'm about to crack the code with that. Once I crack the code, I know a lot of y'all probably getting that stock money. Matter of fact, somebody who reached out who's gonna give me some info on some stocks and all that, because I just got into it like maybe 2 weeks ago. I'm gonna crack the code, trust me, and I'm gonna put y'all on, and I'm gonna definitely be giving, you know, some updates on what to invest in, and you know, just giving y'all the info, because I should have been doing this. I'd have been got to $1 billion, man, because I'm great with numbers and math. I'm about to crack this code. Trust me. So on that note, I appreciate y'all. Salute to the Rec Mob. Salute to everybody tuned in. Sleepy hours. I mean, I said sleepy hours. I'm sleepy. Somebody said I was sleepy too. Spooky hours. I said sleepy hours. It is sleepy hours now. Spooky hours turned to sleepy hours. You know what I mean? Somebody just said I was sleepy too. Let me try to find word. Shout out to everybody tuning in to Spooky Hours, aka sleepy hours right now for me. And you know, much love, man. I appreciate y'all, man. You know, love is love. And double deuces and bubble gooses. Shouts to everybody who called in with the dope stories, man. And I'm gone. All right. And I'm gonna hit y'all with the I got a Spooky Hours outro. I got 2 of them. Shouts to Steve, the producer, too. Check them out. Let me know what y'all think about shouts to I Am Ocean wife with the super chat. She said, "Thank you. Great show tonight. I appreciate you." Is this your first time tapping in to the show? Cause maybe this is my first time come across your chat. But if it is, I appreciate you tapping in. Or if you've been rocking, love is love. Let me know if this your first time tapping in with MRecktv. And if this, you know, let me know if this your first time tuning in. If you know what I mean, whoever. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you hit the bell. You know, because this channel got a lot of content. Like my channel is a well-balanced channel. I cover everything. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. You always on? That's what's up, though. I appreciate you. That's what it is. So on that note, I'm going to play these outros. I got some new outros, intros, outros. Check them out. All right? I'm going. Damn, I ain't even play. Oh, yeah, I got to get to these commercials. So before I play the outros, I'm going to get to these commercials. All right? I'm gone.
You hear something? Have you guys heard of StreamBoss? It's a new IPTV provider that gives you over 5,000 channels for only $20 a month. Oh, cool! $20 for live TV, local TV, movies, TV shows, pay-per-views, and so much more. Huh? What? If you have a Fire Stick, smart TV, or streaming device, then head on over to thestreamboss.com to begin your setup process.
Fin Credit Solutions, the one-stop shop to solving your credit problems.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you suffer from low libido, poor drive, or subpar bedroom performance, don't skip this ad. Youth Fountain Laboratory, makers of the Blackout Nato-Kinase cocktail, has created a powerful dietary supplement, strong enough for men, yet safe enough for women. Introducing Vasoflux, a unique blend of 20 herbs, barks, roots, and compounds designed to turn back the hands of time. Vasoflux is made of ingredients clinically proven to help improve blood flow, lower blood pressure, increase libido for both men and women, improve performance, increase energy and drive, and reduce menopausal symptoms in women while restoring virility in men. For more info, visit Youth Fountain Laboratory at youthfountainlab.com or call toll-free at 1-800-853-7856. And remember, if you want to turn back the clock, try Vasoflux.
Yeah, that was one of my new outros, intro, outro. I'm gonna play the next one. Shouts to Effie's Travel Coaching. Shouts to Effie's Travel Coaching. Love your show. Spooky. You already know. Spooky. Shouts to Effie. Spooky. Appreciate you. Much love. We out here. You know what I mean? I just caught a second win. I might just keep it going. You know, but this the next outro I got two. I got 3 of them, but I'm gonna play 2 of them. Here we go. Let me take this comment off the screen. Let me know what y'all think, because I like them. I like them both. I like all 3. Mic check, mic check. So on that note, I'm off this, y'all. Double deuces and bubble gooses. I'm gone officially. Much love. Appreciate y'all. Salute to the Wreck Mom.